Greetings and salutations and welcome one and all to Dragon Kitchen, the multiversal culinary conquest that pits the most famous fantasy chefs against each other, against the flames of our kitchen for the illustrious title of Dragon Chef. I am, of course, your host, the Dead Aussie Gamer, and we are here ready to watch these two titans compete. I hope you are hungry and brought your appetites, because these next two chefs that we have used for this particular contest this month are rearing to go with, well, let's just say a unique take on the secret ingredient for today. But more on that in just a moment. For those of you who wish to, remember, of course, there is a number of ways that you too can influence the game as we play. The chat now has them listed as... There they are. There is a number of ways that you can influence the game as the encounters go on, and if you wish to support your favorite chef, you can do so with either hero points that can be used to make their skill checks better, avoid killing blows, or petition the GM for stuff that isn't in the rules. You can cause them to sabotage and make the dishes a little bit more spicy if they wanted. There is also Kitchen Chaos, which will spawn random events that will, of course, cause chaos, anarchy, and mayhem throughout the kitchen. And for last but not least, the Bule Roundup. The Bule Roundup is, of course, as it sounds, a horde of Bule will suddenly trample our players, because that's just what happens. If you guys have any questions, or if you guys wish to let out your cheers for your contestant chefs, eyes are on chat, so do feel free to do so. But that is enough of that. Without any further ado, let us now take to the kitchen and meet the first of our chefs.
Hey everyone, I'm Mandy, and I will be playing UnBearable, the Tiefling Rogue Bard. Yes, UnBearable is currently on a mission to open her very own tavern, and so she has been training hard in the culinary schools of Neverwinter in order to claw her way to the top. And her claim to fame is her use of spices and creative creation of dishes.
Absolutely fantastic. And of course, it is a pleasure to meet Anne and invite them here. But of course, we have another competitor, someone who is equally ready for this massive and very, very prominent battle that we have coming up for us. And that is none other, and forgive me for mispronouncing your name. Actually, I'm not even going to do it. I'm going to ask you for you to tell the folks at home your name.
You're muted.
Oh, damn it, Tech Goblin. Eugene!
Oh, it's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm Shirsha. I just got accepted into culinary school, and I'm going to be just as famous as my uncle Jamich. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's a famous chef from Gontal Grim. He's been missing in the Underdark for quite some time, and thoughts and prayers to Uncle Jamich. Love you forever. But yeah, that's why I'm famous, because he's my uncle.
All right. Welcome, one and all. Anne, Saoirse, are you both excited for today's session?
Absolutely.
So
Wonderful, wonderful. Now, the ingredient for today is, of course, as you know, live preparation, meaning that we have backstage a creature of fantastical strength, power, and determination. Now, will its hunger overwhelm you, or will you defeat it? And what is your plan for dealing with the dangerous ingredient?
Gonna kick his ass.
Kick its ass? Chef Brutelli, what about yourself?
I am going to charm the beast and make it do the work for me.
I like that. I've sorted different of opinions in terms of how to deal with this creature, but of course, let's not subterfuge our secret ingredient any longer. Audience, are you ready to see what our chefs are preparing to cook today? Eugene, roll the clip. If it's owlbear that you wish to be hunting, then some wisdom I must impart on you first. Owlbears are ferocious and territorial. The rages that they fly into can often make their meat gamey and unpleasant, and the pungent smell it gives off is off-putting even to the most experienced of diners. If this, however, has not dissuaded you from hunting one, it is prudent to do so in the spring, just after mating season. Their protein-rich diet is then replaced with nuts and berries from the wild forests, as well as a very unique type of rose honey that is harvested from around their cave entrance. The bees of the Everbloom tend to make it around that time, and it does make for a very, very delicious accompaniment. Even the pellets that are formed by the adults can often be used as a kind of trail ration around that season. Well, if your heart is set on hunting an owlbear, then let me ask that at least you take a bit of care. A few of our druids have been known to wild shape into owlbears from time to time. So there you have it. The ingredient for today is none other than the infamous, the dreaded owlbear. Now, these creatures are, of course, ferocious and terrifying, and we have managed to catch a few of them just after mating season, meaning that they are at the height of their prime. Plus, of course, we ensure that there is a sustainability harvest, because that is very important to us here. We have also ensured that these owlbears are not druids. We asked them. They didn't respond. So here's hoping. If, however, at any point in time the owlbear does appear to be a druid, then, well, just remember that we are not liable in this or any other multiverses for murders hitherto or hitherto made within the Dragon Kitchen. But, of course, our chefs, are you guys prepared with some ideas for this special and rather difficult ingredient? Gonna kick its ass. Very well. All right. Well then, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let us get to the ass kicking. As we see our scene transform once more, both Anne and Saoirse disappear from the Dragon Kitchen and find themselves in an open forest, surrounded by the smell of rich pine that is just after the snows of the first season have melted. There's also another smell in the air, a strong, almost gamey smell that seems to come from further up north. You hear a sound in the distance. It's a scuffling noise. Up ahead, at the entrance to a cave nestled between the rocky crags, are two owlbears, side by side. We're going to have you guys start by rolling initiative as we see who gets to go first. If you look on your character sheets, it should be on your front sheet as an initiative score, which you can double click and it will roll for you. Beautiful. All right. Not a problem at all. Oh, the chefs are muted?
Roll initiative in Fantasy Grounds or with dice?
Real dice is also fine.
Okay, I got a 17.
17. Done and done.
That's bullshit.
All right, the initiative order is Anne, followed by Saoirse, followed by the owlbears. Fucking Eugene, just stay on it, man. All right. Anne, you were up first.
I am going to. Does movement speed the same as per usual with rounds and such?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, so I am going to move 30 feet up into these bushes here. And I am going to use my short bow.
All right.
I'm just going to attack the one on my side of the map.
All right. The large creature has yet not recognized your presence, but it seems to be sniffing the air.
Since it doesn't recognize my presence, do I get sneak attack?
Make a stealth check. Let's see if you can make that.
Okay. My skills, I forget what my stealth bonus is. That is a 14 total.
All right, let's see how the owlbear does as it makes its perception check of only 6. It does not notice.
Okay, so I am going to use my short bow, like I said. That is an 18 on the die plus 8. So 26. 26, yeah. Hit.
All right, with the 26, that will solidly land with a thunk into the side of the owlbear.
Okay. I'm trying to remember how to do sneak attack in Fantasy Grounds because I don't think I have all my dice in front of me for that. Sorry, give me just a second. Sneak attack. Do I just drag sneak attack onto myself?
Oh, you can just drop it into chat as, like, use one of the lower dice, and that should be fine.
Oh, I did that wrong.
Yeah, if you drop any of your dice onto the actual token or into the chat box, that'll be how you roll it.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how to turn sneak attack on.
Oh, you'll need to roll it separately.
Okay.
All right, so from beneath the bushes, Anne moves over quietly, unnoticed by this large, hulking form. You watch as it kind of turns its head 360 degrees to try and scan the cliff behind it, and then it sort of moves it back around. As suddenly an arrow looses from behind the bush, and does a total of 8.
8 piercing damage for the initial hit, and then the sneak attack. I really am not finding it in Fantasy Grounds. I'm sorry.
Oh no, so just use the dice at the bottom of the screen. Like you'll see, there's like a little set of 7 that's down there. Just drag and drop that into the chat box.
Okay.
If you hold down left click and you pick it up, if you hit right click, it'll multiply that dice.
Do I get? I'm trying to figure out exactly how many D6 I get.
Level 14 should
at my
be
level.
I don't think I've ever played a level 14 character, so I.
It's been a long time since. It's been a long time. That's why I'm like, how many dice do I use?
All right.
It is 5d6.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's fucking rock and roll.
All right, plus an extra 19 points of damage. Nice. The arrow strikes directly behind the arm in a vulnerable spot. The owl bear is enraged and lets loose this terrifying roar as it looks in the direction that the arrow has come from. But that is your move. That is your standard. Anything further?
Bonus action to continue to hide in the bushes.
All right, make another stealth check.
Oh, that one's not as good. That is 11.
11.
Yep.
All right, it is going to meet you at 11, and it will notice you. You watch as the
Okay.
feathers on its back begin to stand up as it rises to 2 legs. Its creature is
My
definitely...
horns are sticking out of the bush.
Just your tail, like, just kind of...
Yeah, my tail's like.
All right, Saoirse, you're up next. The owlbear that's next to you is now also distracted by the presence of something in the bushes.
All right. Question.
Mhm.
How can I like use a ruler to gauge some distances on the fantasy ground map?
Yeah, if you hit right click and then click on pointers, draw arrow will
Pointers.
draw a line from you to wherever your target is.
Okay.
So right now you're about
Oh.
40 foot away from Anne, 40 foot away from the owlbear nearest to them, and then 30 foot away from the owlbear right next to you.
Sick. And then second question, would you mind if I just rolled off of my D&D Beyond character sheet to just speed
Not a
things
problem.
up so I'm not struggling?
Yeah,
Excellent.
No problem.
I am going to, first of all, I don't like being out in the open like this, so I'm going to kind of like, oh shit, I don't know how to move, man. I'm just going to say what I do and you can move me. I'm going to like duck into that tree just so I'm like kind of out of sight. And I would like to cast a spell. I am going to hold up my focus, which is a ladle. Uncle Jade Mitch gave it to me. It's very powerful. And I am going to summon elemental. Mechanically, I'm summoning a fire elemental, but what I'm actually summoning is a how do I say this? Like a cinnamon whiskey elemental. It's a dwarven ale. It's very spicy. It's really hot. So we have a beer elemental. Whiskey elemental. Sorry, a whiskey elemental. And I would like to summon that right next to the owlbear so that it can start basting this sweet creature with like a kind of a whiskey basting to prepare it for later. I think that would be super rock and roll. And then I guess my elemental gets to act. So that would be my turn. Does my elemental act right after me?
It
or is
will
part
act
of my
right
turn?
after you. So as you've summoned this whiskey elemental, this strong smell of that kind of oakish, very, very strong, sharp whiskey permeates the area. But it does not take much for those fumes to suddenly just ignite and add an entirely different profile to that aroma. What is your instruction to your elemental?
I would like my elemental to do its multi-attack slam. It will be 2 attacks. Which, let me see what its hit is.
Oh, no, that's okay. I've got them right here.
oh.
It will land a hit and a critical hit.
Okay, its damage is 1d10 plus 4 fire damage.
Well, the one I've got here actually is 2d6 plus 3 fire damage.
I'm just basing this off of the elemental spirit from the spell in a D&D Beyond.
Oh, I've just used a full-on fire elemental. I'm happy for that.
Oh, yeah, this summons a very specific elemental.
I'm super happy for a regular fire elemental. It's in there. It's happening. You've realized that your spells are more powerful than you've known before. Your arcane focus seems to have really helped you focus on it, and that is 28.
Thanks, Uncle Jamish.
Yeah, Uncle Jamish definitely had his ways. This is one of those like ladles that has been steeped in years of good cooking. As the fires erupt around, the owlbear is pretty much just tussled by this large whiskey elemental as it's thrown left and right. It's a pretty tough tumble, but the owlbear manages to push itself back and roar at the new adversary. Right now, I would also like to announce that the audience has seen favor upon Anne Brutelli, and you have now gained a hero point, courtesy of Sithy413.
Sithy, thank you so much.
What this means is
Excellent.
that you can petition the GM for nonsense. You can stave off a killing blow, or you can roll with advantage on any roll you would like.
Awesome.
All right.
Question. Was
Yes.
that my hit and my critical hit?
That was your hit and your critical hit. Your hit was 8
Excellent.
damage. Your crit was 20.
Fuck yeah, rock and roll.
No.
That's my turn. I hope it, I want those flavors to really sink into its flesh, tender it up a little bit, and loosen up that gaminess.
It's definitely
Uncle
having
Jamish
that
would've
effect. You can definitely see that the aroma of that whiskey is definitely coming in super strong as we go to our owlbears. The owlbear looks at the the creature hiding in the bushes, and No, it
wasn't me.
It was, however, going to attack her. But instead, noticing that its mate is in trouble, it turns its attention and runs at the elemental, using its multi-attack to try to rip it apart. All right, so that is a solid hit with the claw. Another solid hit with the second claw, followed by a rip, which is also successful with its bite attack.
No, whiskey.
All right. That is...
Not the whiskey.
Not whiskey.
All right,
Come
it is
back.
resistant to the damage,
Tell me you got
however,
another one of
because
those.
it is kind of like liquid. So as it starts to smash the elemental to pieces, the elemental is still alive or still together, but it has taken 15 points of damage, and you notice that the owlbear that is attacked seems to start staggering. It seems as though the alcohol in the actual whiskey spirit is is starting to look a little enticing to these owlbears.
Huh.
All right, the second owlbear is now going to throw down, pretty much in the exact same way, trying to tear at its new adversary with 2 claws. With 1, 2, and 3. Oh, no. Oh, no, yeah. 3 successful attacks. Which,
I accidentally closed the map. How do I bring it back?
like this.
Ah, I love you so much.
1, 2.
Oh, wait, sorry. No, that was whatever. That was nice of you, I guess.
You're welcome. All right. So, another 3 rounds of damage, and we see another 18 points of damage being pulled apart as these claws continue to rip at them. The elemental is not looking great. It is now kind of less. The mass has sort of been reduced because of the amount of whiskey that's now just been splattered around. But this duo, this combo of owlbears,
That's okay. They're just kind of getting more of that whiskey all over them, and that was my plan all along, of course.
Oh, they definitely are. Definitely are now. I mean, a drunken owlbear, for example, is a perfect stew recipe. So there you go. All right, Anne, you are up next.
Alrighty, I am going to... So, would you say that they have alcohol all over them now?
100%. Yeah, they are absolutely doused in alcohol.
Cool, I'm going to firebolt one of them.
I love where this is going.
All
I'm
right.
going to firebolt one of them, so let's do... That is a 19 on the die plus 6, so 25.
That will absolutely
And
strike.
3d10. I'm just gonna roll it in D&D Beyond because I'm lazy. Because that's a really good idea, Scarlet.
Mhm.
That is 14 fire damage.
All right, 14 fire damage. We are going to make that a vulnerability as it is currently covered in fire. So 14 becomes 21 fire damage.
And it's the same owlbear I was attacking originally. Sorry, I don't think I said that before. Just for your clarity's sake.
Yep, not a problem. To clarify as well, that is the southernmost owlbear that is
Yes.
that is
Yep.
being targeted. All right, the fireball erupts, and the whiskey goes up. As it does so, the other owlbear also ignites and takes 7 points of damage as well.
I would like to reposition at this point. I want to kind of slide down the ridge here, super epic style, and get into the bushes that are here so that I'm not in the same spot where the owlbear saw me last.
All right, beautiful.
And if I may, bonus action, hide again.
Easy done. And you will automatically succeed on that because they are far too distracted being on fire.
Yep, awesome. Perfect. Exactly how I wanted it to go. Precisely.
I'm going to shout over, I hope you were planning on whiskey-basted owlbear for your dish, because I guess that's what we're getting.
Don't worry, I can work with that.
Rock
you broke
and
your
roll.
stealth by
I give you-
replying.
No, oh no! Wait, did I do that telepathically? I don't think I have a telepathic. Okay,
Are you
never mind.
shouting at each other from across the map?
You go, girl!
Cheering each other on.
Your love and support betrays you.
Oops. Good thing they're on fire.
It's true. They are still distracted. All right, Saoirse.
All right, I see that they're on fire. I see that whiskey is on fire. I want to be on fire. So I'm actually going to take a bottle of whiskey out of, like, from behind my back. And I'm going to, like, slam it against the tree trunk that I'm standing next to and let it, like, cover me. And I'm going to, like, take my cigarette out of my mouth and, like, touch it to my skin. I'm going to cast Investiture of Flame.
Ooh,
Flames race across your body, shedding bright light. The flames don't harm you, but until the spell ends, you gain the following benefits. You are immune to fire damage and have resistance to cold damage. Any creature that moves within 5 feet of you for the first time or ends their turn takes 1d10 fire damage, and you can use your action to create a line of fire 15 feet long, 5 feet wide, extending from you in a direction you choose. Each creature in that line must take a dexterity saving throw or take 48 fire damage on a fail save, or have as much on a successful one. So I'm on fire. And it's amazing. So now that I've done that, I'm actually going to move away from my little tree trunk. I'm going to move to that next tree. I can't mark it, but there's like a little tree to the left of my tree, a little up and a little left. I'm just going to walk near that one. I'm trying to get at least within 15 feet-ish, or at least can get there if I need to. I'm not so close to the tree I want to catch it on fire, obviously.
All right. So 15,
and I'm just gonna.
So you want to get them in the 15-foot line?
Yeah.
You'll kind of need to be over by the rock if you want to.
So I can't cast it yet because I've already used my action.
Oh, okay. Yep.
That would be like next turn if we have a next turn. I'm just basically getting prepared for it.
Very well.
But I am going to tell Whiskey to do another slam on the same owlbear. And it's 2 attacks. The slam is what is it again?
It is 1 solid hit, but 1 miss.
Okay.
As the owlbear takes 9 points of damage, as the whiskey elemental basically collides both of its arms together to make a single, like, almost long club-like appendage, and just splashes this huge, like, wave of whiskey across its large head. Strangely enough, you do notice that a lot of the whiskey doesn't mat down or soak the feathers. It's almost as if there's this like almost oil-like coating on the feathers that causes the whiskey to almost drop off of the feathers as well.
I yell over and get rid of their feathers.
What's up?
Their feathers are protecting it. Get rid of them. Shave that bitch.
Will do.
All right. As we go to the owlbear's turn, you notice something quite unusual. Nestled within the cave, slightly to the north, behind where the owlbears are, there is some sudden movement. Something shifts. Something twists. It seems as though someone has donated for our Bulette Barrage.
Oh, God.
Meaning that we are going to be summoning 15 Bullets into today's encounter as we prepare a massive stampede.
The fuck is a Bulette?
It's a French bread that eats people.
Ah!
Yep.
However, that is not what shows up.
Land sharks.
You watch as
Not land sharks.
in the nest, there is a series of blue eggs, beautiful blue eggs with little white speckles. One of them is strangely colored. It's not a bule. Because
Thank
today,
God.
as you guys know, is a special day. Today is April Fool's.
Fuck.
So you
Is
guys,
this a big elaborate trick on
No.
do not get a bule, but you have awoken something that looks like an egg, but isn't quite an egg. I would like you
I swear to God, if this thing is a... God damn it. I knew it.
A beholder awakens from inside of the owlbear's nest, angered and writhing and twisting. It enters the fray. Now, unfortunately, unlike the owlbears, beholders aren't edible. At all. There are some
No?
things that you could
Why
potentially
not?
use. I mean,
I
you could.
wanted to make sorbet out of his eyeballs.
I was gonna say you
Oh
could.
my God, what a good
could-
idea.
Yeah, you could use its eyeballs for particular dishes, but the meat itself is stringy and it is mostly bone, as it is one big kind of skull thing. But of course, a very special thank you to Tony the Tigger, who has introduced our April Fool onto this fight. So the beholder gets to act first.
Why? Okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
look at my character sheet real quick because things have taken quite a turn.
Yep.
Could I get someone in chat, anyone in chat, to type in exclamation RD10, please? Or is it roll D10? I know what my commands are.
How relatable.
It's exclamation D10. That's absolutely it, and what I said the first time. All right, first roll in chat for the exclamation D10 is a 5 from Schooly Eye,
No.
which is an
we just
enervation
freeze?
ray.
No, it's just the music for a second.
All right,
no.
Oh,
so
An
let's
enervation.
see who gets targeted by this.
But I'm hiding.
You are hiding. That is true.
I'm on fire.
Speaking of fire, the creature that is going to get attacked is the Whiskey Elemental. It needs to make a saving throw, which I will throw here. It will fail its saving throw against the Enervation Ray as one of the eyes open up and deals 8d8 necrotic damage. You watch
Gosh.
as the Whiskey Elemental becomes almost tainted and polluted, going
No.
almost kind of like blackish as it then dissipates and turns into smog.
Fuck.
Oh, we're not having none of that.
I got a plan.
Okay. The owlbears, a little blood stain. I love it. Sorry, look, it's the
No,
little
Whiskey.
thing.
Isn't that new?
It is new. It's a very new feature of Fantasy Grounds. When you kill a creature, it blood stains. All right, the owlbears are definitely unhappy with the circumstances that they find themselves in, and will attempt to rush the creature that has come from their cave.
Uh-oh.
They rush forward and attempt to attack the beholder. With 2 solid hits, the beholder
Oh, that's a convincing turn of events.
Maybe they'll kill it.
The beholder takes a couple of good blows. Ooh, and a critical hit.
Hey, Anne,
Yeah.
what's your favorite kind of snake? Like what creature
Ooh, I tried
in the world of
Red-
Forgotten Realms, of course?
I tried red dragon steak once. That was pretty good. It's naturally spicy.
Wow. Yeah, you know what? That is excellent, actually. Okay. I'm gonna keep that in mind because I have a plan.
All right. Well, Anne, it comes to your turn. You've seen the owlbear pairing rushing at and trying to attack this beholder that has emerged from their nest.
Okay. Oh boy. I think I'm just gonna go for the most possible damage here. So let's see. How far away am I? Oh god, the music keeps cutting out and it's like messing with me here.
Oh, does it?
Okay. I could put it. How far out does it go? 10 foot. Okay. So I am going to cast Shatter at, I'm going to say 4th level. So I need a Con 16 saving throw from all of the creatures within 10-foot radius of Owlbear 2.
All right, that'll be all 3 of them. All
Yep.
right, so con save on owlbear 1 is a natural 20.
Okay.
Con save on owlbear 2 is a 16.
Okay, that meets it.
Oh, sorry, no. Sorry, that was a natural 20 on the beholder. The owlbears.
Oh.
The owlbears get a 22 and a 7. And the 7 was on the one that
Okay.
you were attacking.
Okay, so the other ones will take half of the damage, which is 5d8. As I cast Shatter and just, I have like a mess kit that's kind of hanging from my belt, and I like bang it to make like this really loud clanging noise and center it on the owlbear that I'm attacking. So it's 31 damage total for the one that failed and half for the other, so 15.
All right. That will knock out one of the owlbears.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
The other owlbear is still alive. And the beholder is also alive.
Can I flip off the beholder as a free action?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Cool.
All right. The beholder sees you do this, obviously.
Good.
Obviously.
And with my movement, since I didn't move, I would like to. Oh gosh, I didn't mean to like drag my token. I was trying to see if it would let me determine the movement here. Why did it stop? How dare you? I'm gonna get to the bottom of this ridge right here. So that's 20 feet. And I realize I am out in the open right now, but that is okay.
All right. As you do so, please make me a survival check.
Survival check. Okay, we love survival checks. I'm bard proficient in all of the things. That's a 19 on the die plus 2, 21.
Beautiful. While you make your way across, you actually do notice a series of legumes that seem to be growing in this particular area. You managed to collect a assortment of them if you would so desire.
Yay! Yes, I do.
Yep.
I fucking
Yes, in the heat of
love
battle is when
legumes.
in the heat of battle is when I prefer to gather my ingredients. That's the best way.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Sirsha.
Okay. I want to do something crazy.
Ooh.
And it might require a little flexibility from the DM.
Oh, yeah?
It wouldn't, the flexibility I request doesn't necessarily change the outcome of battle, more so just the outcome of later rounds. I would like to cast Polymorph on the beholder and turn it into a red dragon wormling.
Yes.
Because I think some spicy wormling tacos would be delicious. And the rules of polymorph is I can polymorph them into something of a lower CR, the same CR or lower, and I'm pretty sure a dragon wormling is lower than a beholder.
I think you're right.
Let's have a look. All right, Red
Just
Dragon
have a
Wormling
look.
is a CR 4, whereas a Beholder is a CR 13. So yes.
Holy shit!
That's a huge.
Yes. They have to make a Wisdom 17 save.
All right, let's see if it makes the Wisdom save.
You could even do young Red Dragon,
No,
which is
that
crazy.
so cute.
Oh man.
That is a
Do I have a hero point? Chat.
Can I use my
have...
hero point to impose disadvantage?
Yes, you may.
I would like to do that.
All right.
I want this to work.
Disadvantage.
I want it to work so bad.
I want spicy dragon
so
tacos.
bad.
That is a 12.
Yes.
All right. So as the as you begin to cast the polymorph spell, you begin to swirl the ladle around as the magics coalesce around this beholder. You watch as its body starts to shift, and you watch as it then kind of turns its eye, like its central eye, on the bits of it that are shape-shifting and kind of turning off that magic as it happens. But as this happens, all of a sudden you hear this as its eye that is using the anti-magic to remove the magic is struck by Anne's arrow. As this happens, it closes its eye at an inopportune moment, and its whole body twists and forms and transforms into a red dragon wormling.
Yes.
Womp womp.
I guess we're adding spicy tacos to the menu. Oh my god, it's so small.
It's so little.
The token is so tiny compared to the owl bear.
You hear this, like, it's almost like a lion. You know when you hear, like, a lion baby trying to roar for the first time? It's kind of like what you're hearing, like this.
Oh my
Right.
god.
All
So
right.
I guess
guy.
the part that I wanted to request for the DM is normally when you deplete a polymorphed creature to 0, it reverts to its old form.
Mhm.
I really want dragon tacos, so I'm hoping you'll allow us to just like end it as a dragon. That way we can harvest its dragon feet.
Ah, well, if you'd like to. In fact, we actually did an episode on red dragons, and red dragons have a variety of different elements to them, if you'd like to know. Firstly, the actual most tender meat of a dragon is its tail meat, which can be dismembered or removed during battle with a slashing weapon. In addition, they naturally have a very smoky breath and smoky texture, meaning that if you actually do remove it and apply a flame of any variety to it, you actually enhance its deliciousness as the enzymes within its body that normally provide it with fire resistance become flooded through its system while it's trying to protect itself from the heat.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yes. It's a very big yes.
Okay.
However-
Well, okay.
It will get its turn before that, after you've cast your polymorph.
That's fine. I'm gonna hide behind all the bushes to my left.
Very well. Make a survival check.
Sure. Let me pull up my beyond. I don't think I put any points into survival, but oh, I have a +1. It'll be fine, right?
I believe in you. You could do it.
16.
Very
That's
nice.
pretty
With
good.
a 16, you actually notice that growing on the trunk of this tree are an assortment of these strange-looking vines. They have a very, very strange but actually floral kind of smell to it. You can't really identify exactly what this is, but these are actually medicinal herbs used as potions of healing if distilled and used well. If harvested, they can actually have a restorative property in basically improving vigor and improving vitality to any who like kind of chew it, almost like tobacco.
Can I like snag some and stuff it in my like? Well, I have a cigarette, which means I have one of those little tins that you keep like your rolling paper and shit. Can I just?
Just scrape some of it in there.
Yeah.
Sure. You grab one of your tins and scrape it off to the side.
I love this.
Well,
Because I don't have damage now, but I might, and I want to take a restorative. Like, I just think it'd be so badass to just be like all damaged and shit, and then just be like, I feel amazing.
Oh, this is so good. I love this.
Yeah.
all right. So let me
Yeah.
just recap real quick, just so that my brain can catch up. the both of you were supposed to be trying to harvest bits of owlbear. Were attacked by a beholder, transformed the beholder into a dragon, and are now making dragon tacos.
Hey,
I mean, I'm still gonna cook owlbear.
I need an appetizer, right?
Yeah, that's very true. It's very
no
true.
los dos?
All right. Well, that brings us then to the wormling. As it opens its mouth, you hear it go. As it then breathes fire at the owlbear that's there.
Aww.
The owlbear fails its save. But even though it's tiny, it is mighty. As you watch.
Oh, wow. Oh my gosh.
The owlbear slumps to the ground, roasted.
I feel like this really worked out in our favor, Anne.
Yeah, we also got some pre-cooking done as well.
Yeah, we've got like whiskey basted
Preheating.
and smoked owlbear flesh
And roasted.
It's very true.
Awesome.
Don't you mean and roasted?
And
Oh.
oh my gosh, 10 gifted subs. Sorry, was that breaking character?
Hey, no, that's fine.
Hype
No, thank you
chat.
so much
Hype
for
chat.
to Tony the Tigger. Now, in the spirit of these 10 gifted subs, this does mean something very, very simple. Thank you, Rob.
Rob just straight up unsub.
He does. Fast. All right. It does mean that you do get a special bonus. The bonus is that as the heat from the wormling erupts over the owlbear, you actually watch as the honey crystals that are dripping from the sides of this wall suddenly caramelize into a thick toffee.
That sounds really good.
That does sound really good. I might have to change my dessert plans.
Yeah.
All right. Now, keeping in mind, ingredients still on the board. We have, of course, the fruits of the forest, if you guys wish to forage. We have the rosewater honey, that is now rosewater taffy. We also have 2 remaining owlbear eggs within the nest. And, of course, the dragon. As we then return to the top of the round, Anne.
I'm going to turn in Shirsa's direction and say, let's take care of the dragon first and then divvy everything up. Sound good?
Fuck yeah.
All right, let's go.
You did good,
And,
kid.
You too. And I'm gonna good job with the whiskey thing. I'm going to I am going to do something stupid probably.
It's okay. We're 14th level. It's fine.
Yeah, we got this. It's fine. Everything's fine. I am going to what is the distance on this? Okay, I'm going to move a little bit closer. So I'm going to scoot up here. I think that's my movement-ish. And I am going to use... Actually... Oh, no. Okay, I am going to cast Cloud of Daggers at... Where did my spell go? I'm so sorry. Here it is. 4th level. 4th level. And that won't do any kind of damage until the start of the wormling's turn. So I basically take my cleaver and I like boomerang it in the direction of the red dragon wormling, and it multiplies as it flies into a bunch of different cleavers into like this ring of blades. So that when the creature starts its turn in the midst of the spinning cleavers, which is a 5-foot cube basically surrounding it, it will take 4d4 slashing damage. Sorry, 8d4 slashing damage. Because I cast it at 4th level.
All right, very nice.
And that is my turn.
It definitely looks like your cleavers are preparing to mince this dragon.
Yep.
As we go to Sirsha.
Okay.
Getting ready for tacos.
So, I do have a spell that could just capture it, and it can't even make a save. I do have that spell, but it kind of seems cruel bringing it back to, like, the kitchen to just butcher it there.
Oh, don't worry. All the butchering is done by the ninjas behind the scenes, so you won't have to do it yourself.
Okay. How's the dragon looking, like, health-wise?
Well, the beholder is looking cross at the fact it's a dragon.
Yeah, sorry.
But it is currently on full health.
It is full health? Would you, Anne, how would you feel if I cast a force cage on it? And we could just have it sent back.
I wouldn't be
like,
mad.
Like, I mean, this is a 7th level spell. It has no saving throw.
Yeah, I'd say go for it.
Well, I mean, hold on. Let me make sure the DM agrees, because I've never heard of this spell until I made this character. So it's pretty. It's like it's pretty bananas. So you know about it. There's a save, right? I just go, hacha, you're caught. Right? I don't
think there's a save.
Yeah, they can't leave it. Yeah.
Let's see. Force cage.
It's a pretty. I could be misreading it. So if it does what I think it does, I'd like to use it. But maybe you could convince me that it's not the move.
No. It'll completely work. It'll absolutely work. If you wish to force cage this this dragon, you can absolutely do so. You have the parameters that will fit. It will not get a saving throw.
And will the ninjas do all the stuff we need, like, later? It's not going to be a thing.
No, absolutely.
I guess I I just, like, stand up and I point to it and I just say, dinner. And then, like, all these, like, pylons go around it, and it turns into this, like, spectral cage.
Oh, nice. Actually, you know what? If you want, we can flavor this a little bit as well. If you want, instead of it being a cage, it could be one of those, like, silver platters with the, like, lid that goes over the top of it.
Dinner.
Nice. All right.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, buenos noches, dragon tacos.
Delicious. All right, well, with the
Dragonito taquito.
All right, and it lasts for an hour, so that's plenty of time. Well, we do have another, like, round of stuff, so I guess you guys have free reign. You guys have.
Let's just forage.
Yes.
You guys
Let's
can
forage. Let's do it.
All right, now, do you wish to forage in the cave, or do you wish to forage?
I'm definitely going into the cave. I'm interested in the honey, and I'm interested in the eggs.
All right.
Same.
When in that case, can I get survival checks from the both of you, please?
Okie dokie.
Yes. Sir.
That one wasn't as good. What is my total? I got a 7.
I got a 9.
All right. Well, between the two of you, I will say that you may pick from either the honey or the egg.
Okay, this is what I'm thinking. Wait, we can't have the same dish, so it doesn't make any sense. What do you think is more versatile, eggs or honey?
Eggs are definitely more versatile because they can be used for savory dishes. Honey, however, does have a lot of applications, especially when it comes to dealing with the owlbear meat and making it.
Hear me out. It's been flambéed. It's been basted in whiskey. Does it need more preparation?
Probably not as much. No, that's very true. Probably not as much.
All right, my vote, Anne, is the eggs because I feel like there's a lot more we could do with that.
Oh, you get one each. Sorry, I should.
One each.
Oh,
Okay.
I guess I don't have to convince you. I'll take the egg.
Very well.
I will take the honey.
Okay. Well.
Cheers.
Ladies and gentlemen, we see the absolute and unbridled brutality of these chefs as they have managed to not only soak and flambe the two owlbears, but have also managed to capture a dragon. We're going to debate the morals and ethics behind what's happening next backstage.
It's technically a beholder, and I have no pity for beholders.
Very,
they're
very,
assholes.
very true. But whether or not they're edible is another thing. But you know what? Nonetheless, as we have eaten questionable things on this show before, we're not going to think about it too much. We're going to enjoy some awesome Dragonito taquitos.
Dragonito taquito.
Boom. All right. Big congratulations to, of course, our two chefs. You have both performed exemplary in our first challenge. But guys, as we know, this is Dragon Kitchen, and Dragon Kitchen is nothing if not all about the cooking. So let's see what our heroes are going to do with these ingredients that they've gathered once we come back from a very quick break. Stick around and rest up. Grab yourselves your beverages and your drinks because you are definitely going to want something. It is going to be our imperative to ensure that you are hungry by the end of today's episode. So we'll see you in a short 5-ish minutes. Don't go anywhere.
I bet.
That's okay. We're still muted. You can keep talking if you'd like. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for your patience. We are back now for the next round. We hope that you are hungry because our chefs have been discussing secret plans for the next coming rounds. Right now, of course, we have been deliberating the scores as they have been coming in, but we'll get a chance to see exactly how much they're going to be able to put these plans into action as we go into today's session. Before we push on, though, let's ask our lovely players how they feel they did in round one, starting with Anne Brutelli. How do you feel like your round one went?
I don't think it could have gone any better. I think we did a fantastic job. And I'm feeling very confident going into the next part of this competition.
Wonderful. I love the confidence. All right. And Sirsha?
I agree with Anne. Everything went like better than according to plan. And I just gotta say, Anne is an excellent team player, and I am really excited to be working with her on this project.
Aw.
All right. Well, it appears as though our contestants still haven't quite gotten to the spirit of contest yet, but we'll see how this goes as we play out. But of course, guys, as you know,
Yes.
this would not be
Creativity thrives in collaboration. Just
I
saying.
agree.
Yeah, you know what? You're not wrong. You are not wrong. But of course, as always, we cannot have Dragon Kitchen without, of course, the Dragon Kitchen. So, without any further ado, let us take our chefs into the Dragon Kitchen. Before you stand two very, very well-stocked kitchens. A blue kitchen and a red kitchen, which you can see now before you. Each are filled with all ingredients that only you could imagine. You can also see that there is a large pile that has been put aside of the things that you have harvested from round one. You can see that there is some of the owlbear meat that has been prepared, as well as some of the whiskey in a bottle that has been gathered from the elemental that perished, which has still got a little bit of fire added to it. You also see that, Anne, you have some of the rosewater honey, whereas Saoirse, you do have some of the owlbear eggs. In addition, the both of you have been awarded pieces of red dragon meat with kind of inverted question marks on either side of it. You also have some legumes and wild herbs, and Saoirse, you have gotten some medicinal herbs and varieties that you have also gathered in your travels in round one.
Do I have enough of them to just have like a quick smoke and still have some left over for later?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I just want to medicinalize real quick.
Beautiful.
Rad.
You absolutely do so. You feel a lot of the wounds and sores that you got from round one slowly starting to stitch and heal.
I didn't get any physical wounds because I'm like that amazing.
Emotional
but there were
wounds.
some
Same.
emotional wounds that needed some healing. And it's not so much from the fight, but maybe from like my dad. But we don't have to talk about that.
We don't. But still. We can, but we don't have to. Now, welcome to round two, where we get to see our... I feel like this is my... No, this isn't the music that I wanted. Stop it.
I thought you were playing
I
that
was
just for
digging
me.
it.
Like
Yeah.
for my emotional, medicinal.
I had
I was like,
just for your smoke break.
just for the smoke break.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the smoker break music. I was
What's
like,
really funny is Scarlet64 has actually never smoked a cigarette in her whole life, but I like to play characters that smoke. So I don't know if I'm doing like the miming correctly, but I think it's correct. So
You got it.
fair.
I believe in you.
All right.
I mean, narratively, it's fun. It's fun for,
Oh, by the way, Shirsha
don't
is
smoke,
like,
kids.
she's like 18 years old. She just got accepted to culinary school. She's graduating high school. She's a fucking teenager.
Fair.
Oh, now I really have to win.
All right.
I gotta beat the teenager.
Look, I don't know if you realize this, but my warlock patron is my Uncle Jamish, and he has blessed me.
God damn. I love this.
All right. There we go. Beautiful.
Sorry.
So, in the Dragon
Waiting
Kitchen,
for landslide to start.
Oh yeah, this is the perfect music for a landslide. All right. Now, our competitors are in their own element, the kitchen. During this, there are going to be 3 rounds. Each round within the kitchen is going to require you to prepare one of your dishes. You will have a starter, followed by a main, followed by a dessert. Upon its completion, they will be placed inside of a sort of a capsule that'll freeze them in time and space so that they do not lose their flavor and their heat or their luster. So rest assured that anything you prepare is going to be served in the best possible way. Now, during the course of these checks and challenges, we will be asking our audience to be summoning a series of chaotic events that will occur between your tables. To start with their first dish, I will invite Sershi. Oh, Sersha, sorry. You may...
It's actually Shirsha.
Shirsha. Yes, I
It's
feel like
weird.
I feel like doing
know.
Sean Connery's voice whenever I say
Yeah.
Shirsha.
I mean, it could have been spelled a lot worse, and my parents changed it to make it a little bit easier, but maybe they could have changed it to make it a lot a bit easier.
That's fair. All right. Well, the scene is yours. Describe for us your starter.
This is our starter, right?
Correct.
Okay. So we got that dragon meat, and I definitely want to make a set of street tacos with that dragon meat because they're very spicy, and I want to garnish it with an owlbear pellet kind of like relish. And I do also want to kind of dust the dragon meat in a kind of like a butter of the owlbear oil to give it kind of like a truffly taste to kind of like offset the spice just a little bit. So you have a balance of like savory and spicy with a little bit of sweet on top with the relish with, mangoes, avocados, and owlbear pellets.
All right.
And they will be kind of like, set up.
Okay, I love it. All right. Let's get you preparing your very, very cultural dish. Starting with a cooking challenge. We are going to use your ability to taste flavors as you go, because it's a very difficult thing to create your own spice mix. So, proficiency plus your charisma as you make your first cooking challenge.
That's fucking awesome because I am a warlock. Wait, what am I rolling?
All right. So, your charisma.
Is it a D20 plus all that shit?
Yep,
or...
D20 plus your proficiency plus your charisma.
Got it. Okay. I rolled a 15 plus my charisma, or I'll start with my proficiency, which is a 5.
Mhm.
So 20 plus my charisma, which is a 9. So 29.
Beautiful. All right. As you begin to make your way over to the workstation, you begin to assemble the various mixes as you break apart these kind of powdery pellets of the owlbear. doing so, it's almost like a spiderweb silk made of like honey. If you've ever had, it's called old man's beard in Chinese. It is a type of sugar that stretches out and is very, very thin. It's almost like fairy floss. And on the inside, you can see an assortment of nuts, berries, and other kind of mixed into this. As you kind of begin to whip it up, we turn to Anne for your starter.
Alrighty. My starter is going to be a different styled taco in that it will have a mixture of both dragon meat and owlbear meat chopped, cilantro, onions, traditional, a little bit of cheese, rolled in a tortilla and fried in owlbear feather oil.
Ooh, very nice.
Served on, I'm going to make the mini ones because it's an appetizer, served on a little bed of cabbage to balance out the spiciness.
All right, nice. You begin to chop up the cabbage. You begin to mix all the stuff together. Now, one of the very, very important things, especially when it comes to frying, especially in oil like this, is temperature. Being able to understand and interpret exactly when the right moment for the optimum amount of crispness without sacrificing the flexibility and causing the bread and the ingredients to wilt. I need a wisdom base proficiency cooking check for you.
Okay. So it'll just be d20 plus my proficiency because I don't have an add to wisdom because I am a bard.
All right.
Oh no.
And
and
while we're doing this, I'm going to ask for our audience to instigate our first chaos event. Could you roll exclamation D20 for me, please? And first come, first serve.
That is a total of 14.
14.
14 total. Yep.
All right. Very nice. Okay. As you begin to prepare your tortilla wrapped kind of like taco, you sizzle it inside of the oil, and there's kind of this rich smell, almost like sunflower seeds, that comes out of the vat as you pour it in. It is quite aromatic, and because you've actually cut the actual gamey owlbear meat, which has that still kind of that whiskey smell to it, with the dragon meat, you actually get extra points for that.
Yes.
Okay. Very, very nice. Now, as you are both working tirelessly on your dishes, a creature wanders in to your kitchens.
Uh-oh.
Excuse me?
It is, as previously mentioned, a boulet.
What the fuck is a belay, man? I don't understand.
Is it an actual one this time?
Well, it is actually. However, this is a special breed of boulet. It is not a land shark, but it is called a creme boulet. And it has a sweet tooth and eats only sugar. Now, I believe that, Saoirse, you used the owlbear pellets in your dish.
I did.
Which means that you have added sweetness to it, so it means the boulet is going to attempt to eat your dish. And I don't believe you used anything particularly sweet. Like, you didn't use the honey in this one, did you?
Me?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So the boulet is going to simply go to your ingredients pile and potentially eat the honey that you have gathered as well. All right.
I'm gonna kill
What
this thing.
What are you guys gonna do? You guys can try to fight these things, or I mean, again, they're just sweet-toothed little cuties who just wanted some sugar.
Let me look at what I have. Okay.
Ooh.
Is it whose turn is it first?
Yeah. Who?
Saoirse.
Okay.
I would
Paws on the
love
table,
to...
looking at.
I'm gonna cast Everard's black tentacles and try to restrain them.
All right, you absolutely do so. These things have 15 hit points and are tiny little babies. They're
little. They're just tentacles. I just want to
Oh yeah.
grab them.
Oh yeah, you grab you reach up, the tentacles wrap up.
Yeah.
You watch as it's sort of like trying to lick the table as you're pulling it away. But you have managed to protect your dish.
Okay. And I'm just like, I have a spatula in my hand. I'm like, but
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
like tentacles just float up. I don't like, no one expects tentacles from the little rock and roll dwarf, but
goodness.
did I mention I'm a dwarf? I have a beard. At least I have sideburns.
Big, thick.
Yeah.
bushy
They're
sideburns.
luscious.
Super sick
They're so
sideburns.
silky. They're so silky. They're beautiful. I am definitely popular in school. Anyways, yeah, they're restrained.
Done. All right. Well, yep, you have restrained your Boule. And what about yourself?
I would like to. Let's see. Is there sugar at my station? Like just plain sugar?
Yeah, there is plain sugar.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up some sugar cubes and try to lure it away with sugar cubes. I want to be like, here, boy, here, come on. And just try to make the sugar cubes look really, really enticing to kind of steer it away from the honey.
All right.
I'm gonna trade with it like you would a dog.
All right. As you do so, I need
Aw.
you to make me a animal handling check with a survival or a persuasion, either or.
I will choose persuasion.
The bard chooses persuasion.
All right.
Actually,
let's
my
do it.
bonus to those are actually the same. So that's a 17 on the die. So +2 for animal handling and +5 for persuasion.
Beautiful. It goes for the white sugar bag that you've got. It eats happily before
Here,
eventually. You watch
I give him scritches.
Oh, he
No.
leans onto his side. His back leg starts to kick. Eventually, the stage ninjas will return, grabbing hold of them by their, sort of respective collars and pulling them back into the behind-the-scenes area as we step into the main dishes. All right.
Ooh.
So, let's see. Boom. Let's start with Anne.
Oh, we're starting with me. Okay. My main course is going to be, I guess it's whiskey owlbear flank stir fry with leeks, if I can get them, and spiced owlbear pellets, like kind of crumbled into the stir fry. And I want to make a stir fry sauce that's soy sauce, tiny amount of the owlbear feather oil, and garlic.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
All right. You begin to stir fry the dish. Fire kicks up from the furnace as you begin to toss the ingredients and begin to actually create almost like this aroma around your area of the kitchen. Let's go with a dexterity based cooking challenge. This one is entirely based on the fact that obviously if you've ever done stir fry or the like, you need to really have like those kind of quick reflexes to add in your wok hay, or depending on what you're using to stir fry with, maybe fry pan hay, skillet hay,
Probably.
Whatever.
Probably a wok. Probably a wok, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Could we call it acrobatics?
Sure.
Since I have
I'm happy to go
kind of
with
finesse it?
acrobatics.
Oh, I love that because I have a +13 in acrobatics. Which I really needed because I rolled really bad. So it's a 15 total. I got a 2 on the die. Total of 15 for my acrobatics.
All right, a 15. All right, that's pretty good. You are actually cooking up a storm, and the crowd cheers and claps as they watch your quite impressive display of wok handling skills.
Also, when I was chopping everything, I do all the knife tricks because I'm like really good with blades.
Like
That's
the
my thing.
like the teppanyaki.
Oh yeah, just the yeah, absolutely.
Let's get a perform check in there.
Just big. All right, let's go. We love
like it.
performance.
They're
I'm
up-
+13 to that too.
Oh yeah, there are.
It's a 12 on the die +13, so 25.
All right, easy. So you basically, with both utensils in hand, as you begin to chop up the vegetables, you actually have like kind of one of these like forks, and you've got like one of the spatulas with like a razor edge on the side of it. You slide it over, you flip it, you then sort of spin it around the prongs as you throw it behind your back, catch it, and then start banging on the ground, adding your seasoning as you do so, flicking it into one hand as you like kind of shake it, throw it, catch it like kind of in your in one horn, and then like as you throw the pepper onto it, fling it up, catch it in the other horn. It is a spectacle. It is absolutely glorious.
There's also music
so
playing in the
hot.
background, and you don't know where it's coming from. Just mysteriously there.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
Little prestidigitation music.
Prestidigitation music.
Yeah.
I also have prestidigitation, so watch out.
It's like it's like all the ingredients are doing that thing where like, you know, when the world starts to like add little like noises and it starts to make
Yeah.
a rhythm. It's kind of like that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Shirsha.
All right. This is our main dish, right?
Mhm.
So I'm going to be taking our whiskey basted owlbear flesh and kind of breading it and deep frying it. And then so we're going to make like a nice deep fried loaf there.
Mhm.
And then I want to serve it with a garlic mashed potato that has with like a owl bear feather oil butter.
Ooh, nice. Interesting. Okay. I like it. I'm going to teach you a technique. It's a very interesting technique that requires a lot of skill. Do you know what a cold rock is?
A cold rock.
Yep.
It's the opposite of a hot rock.
Precisely. Well, as you probably notice, on each of the kitchen benches is indeed a cold rock, basically a large slab of stone with a frost seal emblazoned in it. A very difficult technique to do is to actually mix butter by hand. What you would do is you would spread the butter out onto the actual cold rock, then add the layer of oil, then fold it by hand without it losing any of its consistency by keeping it cold. This, however...
I've seen this technique before at an ice cream shop called Cold Stone.
Yes, very similar, very similar. So you're going to be basically doing this, which of course does require you to have a reasonable amount of constitution to be able to fold this butter without freezing your fingers off. So I'm going to make a
Excellent.
cooking with a constitution-based check as you are making this very, very unique butter.
I got a 16.
Okay, 16. You begin to pull and stretch and fold over and over again. I want to ask you this. How many folds do you do? A good mix is about 7.
So owlbear oil
Mm-hmm.
is quite effective against moisture. And we all know butter is very moist. So I think that while your average folds are 7, I think a good 9 would actually be better because we have to really work that moisture into that oil and we can't like let it separate, you know, that would just be terrible.
Beautiful. I love it. Okay. This then brings us to the next of our chaos events. Now, guys, remember, of course, there are ways for you to donate to the stream in order to conjure your own chaos events, as well as to offer sabotage to one of the contestants if you would like. But what I'd like from chat is exclamation D20 as we find out what our next chaos event is.
Oh no.
Don't make me roll d20 because I will.
Not my cabbages, chat. Not my cabbages.
Not my cabbages. All
I
right.
actually had a PC that had a crippling phobia of cabbages because they were round, and she was like magically fucked up by a sphere of magical power. So she's like, cabbages,
Oh no.
cabbages.
Not the cabbages.
All right.
I love that.
We have Wicked
They're
Bird.
too spherical. How dare they?
To have 32 leaves. That's the sign.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh no. All right.
Uh-oh.
We have a musical number, Irresistible Dance Off. Basically,
Oh, yeah.
as the music goes on,
Wait.
you both need to make me a performance check. The person who wins this performance check appeals to the audience and immediately gains an extra point in today's challenge.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't
Hell
have
yeah.
I don't have
Performance?
I don't have proficiency in performance, but you know what?
All right, well, describe your performance, and then I may give you bonuses on it.
Okay. Shearsha is going to jump on the table and hit her boombox, and Joan Jett is going to start blasting. I don't give a damn about your reputation, and she's going to like air guitar with like a little living in the past is a new generation. And she just performs the whole song.
All right, I love it. Getting the punk rock on. Let's see what your performance check was.
Oh no!
I will give you advantage on it.
Oh, thank God, because that was bad. Let me make a note of what that was. That's better. That's better. 16 total.
16
Not
total.
less. I'm not a performance major. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. All right, and what's...
I tried to start a band in middle school, and we all just wanted to be the main singer, and it didn't work out.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
I got 2 rambunctious and already made my roll.
Well, rolls that haven't been asked don't count. I
thought you meant performance from us both at the same time.
No. You get to describe your thing, and then
good.
you can find out if you get advantage.
Okay. All right. Oh man. Shearsha's just rocking out. I go like full like Bad Bunny blasting through the speakers, just like full on reggaeton and just jamming out, just full on dance.
All right.
And singing along to that. I'm not gonna sing in Spanish on stream. We're not gonna.
Please, I sang on stream.
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Okay.
I don't know a single Bad Bunny song.
Let's get a performance check.
Alrighty. Well, that's even better than my last roll, so I'll take it. It's an 18 on the die plus 13.
Plus 13? I was screwed.
Yep. It was one-sided. All right.
You could have rolled a 1 and always beaten me. Oh my god, she like exudes charisma. I could never be that good.
Love dancing in the kitchen. It's like the best thing to do when you're cooking, especially when you're waiting for something to cook.
Rock and roll.
Absolutely. Okay, with the reggaeton beats taking over the flow, and you definitely are the winner of that extra point. Courtesy
I say wearing my Metallica shirt.
Yes.
I'm wearing an AC/DC shirt.
I thought you were wearing the AC/DC shirt just to, like, make me happy because, Australia.
I have AC/DC tattooed to my ankle.
AC/DC is amazing.
Fan.
That's pretty
Angus
badass,
Young,
actually.
freaking my spirit animal. Anyway.
They're my spirit. My sister and I used to walk to my car. We'd be like walk from our apartment to my car to like go run errands, and I'd pull out my phone and put Back on Black on, and we just go.
Nice. Oh man,
we were really
no.
nerdy.
You haven't lived until you've tried to do Thunderstruck on the bagpipe. Like.
Oh my god!
All right. I think we're getting sidetracked here. All right.
Oh, you're Aussie. That makes so much sense. I forgot they're Australian.
Yeah, they're Australian. Of course they are. I've literally in my hometown. I've got a statue of the band, like in one of the
Can you change my camera to include the AC/DC? Because I feel like
I can now.
I feel like I deserve that.
All right, I'll do that. As we go to the next scene here, let's change the mood up a little bit here. Beautiful. I love it. We now enter the dessert round as we'll start with who did we start with last time? We started with Saoirse last time?
With Anne.
So we started with Anne? Okay, so Saoirse this time. So Saoirse, the dessert, if you'd be so kind.
I am going to collect my owlbear egg. And I am going to extract its yolk to create a lovely custard. And Scarlett doesn't know the ingredients of a custard, but Saoirse absolutely knows the ingredients of a custard. I know that eggs are involved, so Saoirse is going to do all the custardy things and collect all the custardy ingredients and make a most delicious custard. And she's gonna also like do her little fire thing where she's like an amalgamation of fire to just kind of flamboy the top of it, like almost like a what is it, creme brulee it a little bit, just make a little crust around it, and it's gonna be delicious. And that's really all you need. You just need custard with a little sprinkling of the pellets, by the way, just a little sprinkling on the top, just a dusting, a little dusting, a relish, not even a relish, just a little. Do I need to? I know at least 5 songs from this band.
At least 5 songs. Name all 5.
Okay, that's a trick question because let's be honest, every AC/DC song is kind of the same song.
Yep.
Sorry,
Just say,
I love AC/DC. They have
too.
a formula. They have a formula.
And it
it's
works.
A good formula.
They have a formula and it works.
Wow.
Sorry, third dwarven ale. So
went straight from
There you
being one of my top favorite content creators to like questionably attacking one of my favorite bands. I mean,
I'm not
fine.
attacking them. I'm complimenting them. They're brilliant. I love that. You have no idea the emotional attachment I have to AC/DC. I literally
true.
have them tattooed to my leg.
You're also not wrong, though. They have a formula and it works. It's
That's
great.
why I like that. I like that formula.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
It's
true.
so like you could hear an AC/DC song.
Say
You could hear
Metallica doesn't have a formula. They definitely do.
Yeah, no, you could
References to
hear-
driving and emotional damage and fire and boom, Metallica song.
but like you could hear the intro to an
I say that as a
AC/DC song.
huge Metallica fan.
Yeah, this is so brilliant. I love that we both came wearing our band t-shirts.
I feel overdressed at this point.
You are overdressed.
Thank
Where is your like the Killers t-shirt?
Yeah.
It's in the other room. Actually, no, I've got a
We're gonna
night.
make
I've got-
Dag change in the middle of stream.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I got a Nightwish T-shirt. That's my that's my thing. So, yeah.
Nice.
All right. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
sorry.
sorry.
what I was actually buying time for. Thank you, Playmat, by the way. Was here are the ingredients for a good custard. You need double cream, whole milk, egg
Okay.
yolk, corn flour, caster sugar, and vanilla extract to make a good custard. From these particular elements, is there anything you would like to add to
Yes.
it to add your own special flavor to?
So
your
the
custard?
corn flour, right?
Mhm.
I am a dwarf from Gauntlgrim, which is kind of borders the surface world with the Underdark. Those of you in the chat who know me, I've been running an Out of the Abyss campaign for over a year, so I am like queen of the Underdark. There is a certain kind of mushroom called a blue cap. The mushroom itself is not edible, but it releases a spore that, when ground up, makes a flour that they turn into like breaded goods. It's blue in color. So I would actually like to replace the corn flour with the blue cap flour as kind of an homage to my dwarven culture and connection to the
Love that.
underworld.
I love that. That's amazing. Okay. Now here's my big question to you. Are blue caps poisonous?
Not at all. They are quite edible, and they are a staple of most of the races that live down in the Underdark.
Let me rephrase. Are they poisonous to humans?
No.
Okay, good. Very well. In which case, ooh, what do we do with this one? I mean, custard.
It's
I
so
think that's-
good, right? I don't even have to make a skill check. This is just easy.
Yeah, it's
Come
so
on.
easy. It's so easy. I will say this though.
Deliciousness roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with the delicious.
You know what? In the plating, custards are boring looking. I need to roll charisma performance.
I'd say if you really want a shot at this, you'll need to wow the judges. This is like culinary excellence here. I mean, a bowl of custard is tasty, of course, but like, how are you presenting it?
I am going. Okay, this is purely based on my character sheet because I don't know why I have these specific character or these skills. So I'm gonna try to lean into the skills I'm good at.
Yeah, cool.
I am going to shape the custard in an arcane symbol that spells deliciousness. And it makes it more delicious. 'cause
And you
it's
know what?
arcane.
I'm not gonna lie.
Can I roll
I love
Arcana?
that.
If Japanese maids can like write delicious in ketchup on your omrice, you know, I mean that makes it delicious.
True.
It can absolutely, if you spell delicious in custard, makes perfect sense.
So thank
I love
you.
this.
I got a 16.
Very well.
Hey.
With a 16, you watch as the custard begins to mold and form. Could I get chat to roll me a d20, please? Exclamation d20.
Did I just
No.
trigger an abomination?
Maybe.
Not my cabbages, chat.
Not my cabbages.
All right. The custard begins to form and create this this spelled wording over the top of your custard, and with a 13, it holds. So it is actually soft and gelatinous, but firm enough that the magic is able to keep its shape.
But Jolie, you saved me.
It's very true. Because Matt Lawson, that close. All right. Okay, next up, Anne.
Caterpillar Wrangler, I love the enthusiasm. That was even fucking better.
that was definitely a strong lean in. All right, Caterpillar. Okay.
The chat delay is real.
It is. It's a sad truth. It's a sad truth. But you know what? One day, guys, you get to see us live. And you know what? Just putting this out there as well. Good old Dag is going to be at Gen Con this year.
What state is Gen Con in?
Indianapolis.
Indiana.
And look, I don't want to hear any excuses. I've got to cross a freaking ocean to get there, okay? So there's no excuses I want to hear from anyone.
I have a 17-month-old baby.
And I don't. That's very true. Very well. I got no comeback for that. I'm like, come on, wit, fire up.
I have a
Scarlet
toddler,
wins.
not even like an older toddler. Like he's crossing over from baby to toddler.
Oh no.
Like a pupa.
Put him
He
in
doesn't-
cosplay and bring him with you.
He's nonverbal. He's afraid of the outside.
Gotcha.
One day, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to introduce him to all of this.
I
but
would
he
love
right now
to
is
buy
just-
a one of those like little tiny baby onesies that have like stats, like starting stats.
Oh,
That'd be so cute.
my
I tried
heart.
to put him in a onesie and he was crying. He was like, "Get it off me!"
Oh,
Aww.
Munchkin.
Someday, I want to meet everybody, but I'm kind of shackled right now, so I can only reach out to you virtually.
Someday. Someday we'll all have a meetup. It'll be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt Lawson, not gonna lie, when she said, "What state is Gen Con in?" I thought someone was gonna respond with "terrible." So good.
Oh,
but
man.
seriously, no.
I'm not allowed to say that. I'm going there for Kobold Press.
I was gonna say, but also no, because I'm actually friends with
What?
Peter Atkinson and a whole bunch of the people that organize it. So,
I
so it's fine. Gen Con's fine. It's great. I'll be there. That's why I'm
Gen
going.
Con's great. Can't wait to be there. Anyway.
I can't wait till I
Dessert.
can come meet you all.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
But of course,
Remember me.
we will remember you. We'll have all the fun.
We'll take selfies and DM them to you.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
100%.
We'll like
Just hold-
Photoshop you in.
Just hold out for like a year or two, and then it's free game. Then I can come along because then I'll
Yes.
just have like exactly. Just be
Awesome.
patient. Just be patient,
Love
guys.
it.
I'm here. I
There you go.
swear.
So you heard
We're
it here
not going
first.
anywhere. You heard it here first. Gen Con 2 years.
Yeah.
All right,
Reunion of the ages.
Anne, your
Yes,
dessert.
so my dessert. I forgot all about my dessert. We
Yeah.
got distracted by talking
So
about Gen
distracted.
Con.
That was my evil plan.
Oh no!
The timer's
I
running out.
lost focus. I am going to make rosewater honey cakes topped
Ooh.
with goat's milk ice cream, raspberry sauce, and caramelized owlbear pellet crumble.
All right, very nice. This is a very sweet dish, and is going to require a lot of balancing in terms of the flavor profiles.
Yep.
Are you going to add any citrus to this?
I will add probably like some lemon zest to the ice cream.
Okay.
And goat's milk ice cream, if I don't add a ton of sugar to it, will be very mild.
Okay. In which
To
case,
balance it out.
let's make a charisma-based cooking challenge.
I love charisma.
Yeah, you guys are on point with the charisma ones. It's all about the flair and the flavor, and I feel like that should have been the name of this episode.
I'm gonna call it performance because I'm gonna try to make it pretty. They're gonna be like little heart-shaped honey cakes because they're so sweet.
Oh, that's cute. I love that. Okay.
That's a 12 on the die plus 13 for performance.
I should have been proficient in performance.
That is my class. This is why I picked a creation bard. But yes.
Oh, you're a creation bard? That's like the coolest bard.
I had it in my head that we would have like room for me to like make all the kitchen stuff dance around and do work for me, but
I took the spell.
It turned out to be too complicated.
I took the spell create and destroy water and create and destroy food. So I don't know why I needed to do. I was like, yeah, that's totally smart. Oh wait, we have kitchens full of everything we need.
It's true. And things you didn't even realize you needed. All right. As you go to open the oven, there is a voice that comes from inside. There appears to be a tiny little fire method. Hey, how's it going?
Will you help me bake this if I feed you bacon later?
Yeah, no, that sounds freaking awesome. I was just gonna ask what temperature you needed at.
Oh, I know the answer to this. 350 degrees.
Celsius?
Yeah,
that's pretty high.
No, Fahrenheit. I don't know
Fahrenheit.
what it is in Celsius. I'm sorry.
Fine. Hey, good.
Hello, freedom
I only know freedom units exactly.
All right.
I was same page.
Yep. I always love playing that joke on my guests because most of them are from freedom units. All right. So as the method goes in, he begins to spread out his wings. As he does so, that obviously creates a wider surface area of his heat to escape, meaning that the temperature he's able to by sort of bringing in his wings and pulling them out, he can change the temperature of the forge. As
I'm gonna give you bacon later, I promise. Buddy, thank you.
All right. You begin your cook, and we start with our final kitchen chaos event. Exclamation D20 in chat as our last kitchen event comes to a close with the chaos.
I hope it's easy to deal with.
I hope someone rolls a nat 20, because no one's done that yet.
Why does that sound so ominous when you say it like that?
I know, like
I hope somebody rolls this thing. Nobody roll a nat 20, please.
All right, that's a 3.
Charmy! Hi, Charmy!
No! Charmy!
Oh. Arnar!
No, Charmy!
It's poisoned. Someone has poisoned a vital ingredient in the kitchen by accident. All right, which means that let's see. What's an ingredient that both of you are using?
Oh no!
The eggs probably. The owlbear.
I'm the only one using the owlbear egg.
Yeah, I didn't
you
get
don't have eggs? What about milk?
No. Wait, is milk part of a custard?
Yeah, you'd need milk in the custard, and you'd need milk in the custard. Okay, so the milk has somewhat spoiled, meaning that you need to remake your dish. Actually, no. Yes, you do need to remake your dish, but you need to find a replacement for milk. So you will not be able to use milk in this dish, which is terrible.
Okay, who wants to get milked?
You watch as the stage ninjas immediately vacate the vicinity.
God damn it.
We lost Scarlet, everybody. She's done. She fell out of her chair. Done.
Sheersha's like, wait, milked. Just kidding. I just had a baby. I'm kidding. No, I won't.
Jesus. Oh.
Sorry, bad joke.
Oh my god, that was so good. I don't know about y'all, but I'm having so much fun right now.
Good. I'm glad.
Okay, I spring into action because the only thing I used milk in is my goat's milk ice cream, so I am going to do froyo instead. Like a plain
Ooh.
froyo, so that it's even less sweet to balance out the rosewater honey cakes and the raspberry sauce and all that stuff.
All right.
Although raspberry sauce is not very sweet if you don't add sugar to it, which I'm not.
Make an intelligence check for me if you would be so kind.
Okay, just straight intelligence check.
Correct.
Okay, 12 on the die plus 1, 13.
13, just enough to realize that as you have replaced the goat's milk ice cream with yogurt, yogurt has a lot of sour notes to it, which if you continue to use the lemon zest, might actually clash. So you decide to reduce the amount an appropriate level, meaning that your yogurt will taste amazing.
Yes.
Sirsha. Dare I ask?
Saoirse
Saoirse.
is sure, like, or Saoirse,
Yeah, like,
Saoirse.
sure,
It's okay.
sure. Like I'm thinking like sheep shear.
Saoirse. Can I find oat milk in the pantry?
Yes, you can. Indeed, there is a great deal of oats milk. There's also barley milk. There's also almond milk. There's also a ton of different milks.
So personally I prefer oat milk because it requires less water to cultivate and therefore is better on the environment. So I'm gonna choose.
It also
oat
tastes
milk.
really good.
It does taste really good.
So
I drink a
tastes
lot
super
of
good.
oat milk. Also,
Me
when
too.
I was trying to lactate after I had a baby, I drank a lot of oat milk. It's really good for lactation, which I think is very fitting for replacing milk. So I'm going to recreate my custard with oat milk.
All right.
I'm having so much fun. This is so good.
It's a true story, and
It's perfect.
And you get to learn
It's thematic.
stuff. All right.
oats help lactation.
Oats help.
Everybody
lactate.
take notes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody at home, take notes.
Yes.
If
The
you're
next time
pregnant and
I'm
are worried about
lactating, I'll make sure
lactate-
that I have a lot of oat milk on hand.
I used to eat like oat cereal bars specifically to help my lactation.
Cereal
dedication.
bars.
Yeah, they were expensive too. Yeah, you're supposed to eat these oat bars to help the lactation.
Chat actively taking notes. I love it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, why not? I mean, we learn things from D&D. How
Therefore,
Albert
the
tastes.
oat-
How
I
to.
feel like I feel like because the oat milk has such a big role in lactation, it makes my custard that is now lacking actual milk, using oat milk is like actually improving the custard, because this is
There you
like
go.
essence of milk in a magical sense.
True, but also slightly not true. However,
It's,
I will say that your creativity
I
will be
believe-
rewarded. Make me a wisdom-based check, please.
What? Okay, wisdom. I'm not bad at wisdom. I'm bad at wisdom's 10.
10's fine. 10's what you need. There is a secret ingredient to apply to oats milk in order to really elevate it, specifically when used in custard. It is rather a surprising ingredient, but it is one that harnesses the natural earthy flavors of the oats, and that is a small amount of turmeric. Which not
Turmeric
only
is so good for you too.
yes, which is
I
also
know.
incredibly
I
good
take
for you.
turmeric pills.
Oh, there you go. I eat it because I like curries. So
Curry's really
turmeric
good.
rice is amazing.
Curry is good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Turmeric rice is amazing. Yeah.
sounds
but
good. I'm hungry now.
Oh, good. That's the whole point. All right. So as you've added this to the custard, it not only enhances the natural flavors of the oats, but it also gives it a brilliant golden color, which with the regular milk, it had that kind of like
custard
creamy,
needs to be
that kind of stark yellow. Yeah. So now with the egg yolks mixed in, with the turmeric mixed in, there is just this really, really rich and earthy kind of smell to it as well. So absolutely brilliant. You have both managed to deal with probably one of the hardest of the challenges, having one of your ingredients become poisoned. Yeah, well done.
Yay!
Which,
We
ladies
rock.
and gentlemen, brings us to the end of the second round.
I like your band shirt.
I like yours.
Thanks.
As our two
You're
chefs,
so fashionable.
as our two very fashionable chefs, are invited back into the main auditorium. Let's hear from them while we tally the points on how they felt they did in the cooking round. Anne, let's start with you.
Oh no. Okay. I feel I did very well. I am having an absolute blast. So even if I didn't do well, it's worth it. Yeah, I got to make some food I really, really enjoy and would eat myself. So all's well that ends well.
Beautiful. Shirsha, what about yourself?
If the judges don't like my food, they have really bad taste. And then she just leans back and smokes a cigarette.
All right. Well, the judges, of course, are our lovely audience, as well as very humbly myself as well. But this leaves only one round for us before we can determine a winner once and for all, and that is, of course, the judging round. Now, during this round, you were invited to describe the experience of eating each and every one of your dishes to ourselves and the audience. There will be a series of criteria that you will fill as we account for scoring, but ultimately there is one final score, and that will come from whose overall menu has appealed to the hearts of our audience in the popularity poll. So, without any further ado, to the judging round. Shirsha, we will start with you.
Are you going to ask me a question, or do I have to just start talking?
Well, Shirsha walks out in front of a large dining table. There is a series of 3 plates, each covered with a kind of a golden lid over the top of it. Your starter, your main, and your dessert. Describe and, well, pretty much run through the experience of someone having eaten each as you reveal them one at a time.
Shirsha confidently walks up to her starter and the smoke billows up, and the judges are met with a waft of spicy carne. Before you is my spicy dragon tacos covered in a relish of owlbear pellets. As you bite into them, you will feel the bite of the meat, but also met with the coolness of the relish, notes of mango sweetness, avocado mellowness, and the owlbear pellet, which just gives it a little bit of sugar. The crunch is delightful, but it is savory, and it is quite delightful. And then she'll walk over to her main meal and pull it up and show her deep fried breaded owlbear with mashed potato and the owlbear oil butter pouring over. You will find that this owlbear breaded is basted in whiskey. And while owlbears are quite gamey, this is actually quite tender, as it has been treated with the very fiery, spicy whiskey in its acclamation? Question mark? And it will be offset by a delicious, thick, buttery garlic mashed potato, but you will taste that almost truffle flavor from the owlbear butter. I would also recommend you drink a dwarven stout ale with both your appetizer and your main dish. Dwarven stout ale is, the only drink I would personally recommend, but that's just me. And then let's bring you to our dessert, a custard, as it is delightfully spelled in the ancient arcana rune of delicious because it is delicious. It is actually made from an almond milk. So those of you who are not almond milk, sorry, oat milk. So those of you who are lactose intolerant will still be able to delightfully enjoy this owlbear egg custard. Please. And then I do a little bow. Enjoy.
All right. The assortment of flavors begin to wash over your senses. As we start with a very spicy dish, with that very, very kind of salsa and kind of very, very, what's the word? Very rich assortment of complex flavors. We then go to the breaded owlbear, which of course, again, also very, very nicely seasoned, very tasty, has a lot of those kind of very rich, very homey kind of food. This is kind of like food that your mama would cook for you back at home, deep in the Underdark. Then, of course, the dessert, a spectacle to be seen, this delightful custard that is easy on the palate and a smooth finish to a beautiful meal. All right. We now turn...
Oh, I need to point out, I forgot to point this out. You said that the oat milk made it kind of yellowish with the turmeric, but we cooked it with the blue cap flour. So the custard is actually a lovely, vibrant emerald green color.
Oh, that's very true. That's very true. I did remiss myself on that. Yes, so it is indeed this quite a beautiful and refreshing green. I'm gonna afford you an extra point here, if you can tell me a nice aperitif to pair with your emerald green.
Does that mean a drink?
Yes. It's kind of like a small drink. It's almost like a drink food. It's like a special mouthful that you would have of something.
Dwarven ale, duh.
More ale?
You put that with every drink.
Very
like
well.
she looks like a little frustrated as she is explaining this.
More ale.
You always have dwarven ale with your food.
All right. Beautifully presented. Well done, Shirsha. We then invite our other competitor, Anne Brutelli. As you step forward, you see your 3 dishes.
Okay, so I present my appetizer. These are rolled red wormling dragon and owlbear meat tacos with 3 kinds of cheese, white onions, cilantro, fried and served on a bed of raw cabbage, which will catch the drippings as you eat the tacos and are also meant to be eaten alongside the tacos. They are not merely garnish. It is meant to be enjoyed in full. You will taste the oil of the owlbear feathers and the mixture of spicy and smoky flavors of the meat, with corn tortillas for just the slightest little bit of sweetness as you bite into those. And then I will walk over to my main course after they try that. And for the main course, we have stir-fried owlbear flank steak with leeks and spiced owlbear pellet. So variety of spices with the owlbear pellets in there. You will taste some of the same whiskey flavor in the owlbear. Also cooked in some of the owlbear feather oil, soy sauce, and fresh garlic. Is throughout. And then for the dessert, I kind of walk over to that. I want to say, while I'm presenting everything, I'm also doing like dancing lights so that everything gets like its own little shine, gets like a little sparkly every time I present and talk about a particular dish. And then I go over to the dessert and I say, and for dessert, we have a dense, sweet rosewater honey cake topped with tangy and smooth lemon frozen yogurt, with sharp raspberry sauce and caramelized owlbear pellet crumble. And if you would like a pairing with your dessert, I recommend coffee. And that's it. That's my food. Enjoy.
All right.
Okay, coffee's pretty good though, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But it's not dwarven ale.
That's true. That's true. All right.
Yeah, but like a black coffee with like the very sweet honey cake, perfect balance.
All right. As you enjoy these this particular series of dishes, you begin with, of course, again a very, very robust and very, very flavorful carnival of flavor that comes from your deep fried. Well, I feel as though at some point or another it became a chimichanga. Is that
so roll tacos are kind of like taquitos, but in Costa Rica, our version of a taco is actually rolled and fried.
right? Okay.
So that's yeah.
Very well, because I always thought I mean that was just me. I just thought a chimichanga was
It's close to a taquito. I
Right.
would say it's closest to a taquito.
Okay,
Yeah, absolutely.
Very well. But as it opens up, all those flavors, all those oils begin to burst forth and basically just dance across your palate as you enjoy that. With the second dish, the stir fry, of course, a absolutely wonderful array of flavors that come through that as well. Again, another series of rather complex balancing acts between them. However, a stir fry in the oil, specifically of the owlbear oil, is a scent remover. So those whiskey notes aren't very strong without the application of more whiskey during that period of time. But which then brings us to the third dish, which is, of course, this rather beautifully presented dessert. Again, the light show that accompanies it is a pleasure to the senses. There's this kind of very smooth, rich creaminess that mixes with the sour notes that come ever so slightly from the lemon zest and the frogut. Then wrapping it all off with that kind of rich, kind of berry flavor. You almost feel the taste of almost like kind of that between spring and winter vibe, you know. It's like the early first times of like the harvests of the spring that seem to be coming into bloom for the very first time. A delightful series of dishes. We now return to the main stage, and we ask our competitors once again how you think you went as we tally up the final scores.
Oh, who's going first? Am I going first?
First in best dressed.
Okay. I would say I think I did very well. I think I am going to win this.
I think I rocked. But you also rocked too, so.
Yeah, so I think we both did good. We did a great job.
Oh yes, both dishes were indeed a spectacle. Oh, sorry, both menus indeed were a spectacle to behold. The popularity poll is in chat, and that will, of course, help us determine the final score. Which actually, well, I mean, these scores are pretty close. So allow us to now break down the points from today's session. So, to begin, in round one, the battle round, we judge based on two elements. The first element is, of course, once I get here we go. The first element is preparation. Points awarded for engaging with the creatures in a creative way that prepares them for the meal ahead. 2 points were awarded to Sirsha for the whiskey summoning and the very creative use of the fire elemental spells. 1 point was given to Anne Brutelli. The preparation of the various gathered materials that you got, plus your assistance in harvesting the owlbears, were taken into consideration for the point there. Your harvesting both awarded 2 points for having not only gathered both owlbears, but also managing to gather the native surrounding ingredients, as well as to create a special special red dragon additive to the menu as well.
Special guest.
Special guest menu item. In round 2, for the cooking round, we had 3 challenges. The first was cooking skills. Both players were awarded 2 points for both successfully having made their challenges each and every step of the way. The next is kitchen chaos, and to find out how you handled yourselves against the various chaotic elements to the dishes. And each of you once again performed exemplary, giving you another 2 points. With culinary flair and how well you were able to perform whilst cooking for our lovely audience, both have also been awarded 2 points for the full point of 6 each, making it very clear that both competitors belong here on this grand and illustrious stage. However, Anne Brutelli, after winning the dance contest, you've been awarded an additional point for that round. During the judging round and the final round, there are 3 criterias in addition to the judge's favorite. The plating of the meals. Each of you were able to plate your meals in a very palatable way and describe them in a way that was a feast not only for the senses but the eyes as well. Between the spelling of the word delicious and the lovely lights that were glowing, you guys were able to entertain and delight with more than just the food that you had presented. You have both been awarded 2 points for your efforts towards your plating. The senses, apart from your sight, such as smell and touch and taste, are what are awarded for your deliciousness. And once again, both have been awarded 2 points for creating a spectacle of incredibly delicious flavors that have mashed well together. However, unfortunately, negating the scent of the whiskey has cost Anne Brutelli 1 such point. Lastly, the creativity. How well you used and were able to adapt and displayed on the plate. Both individuals have been awarded 3 points to this effect, as you have both been not only very, very quick on your feet to consider the dishes that you've prepared, but also rising to your various challenges and ensuring that each and every element of your dishes have brought a piece of that owlbear back to your table. It is a feeling, an understanding that these owlbears are not just big, nasty, feral and ferocious creatures, but your dishes communicate something more. While your tacos and your taquitos display kind of the ferocity of their flavors, and your main dishes showed how you could tame them, your desserts both communicated how gentle the flavors can be, and how sweet their actual spirits can actually amount to. Now, we do have, of course, our words coming in from our audience. And for the audience part, the judges have sided with Anne Brutelli for the final point in the judging panel. This brings our total to an incredible 19 points to Saoirse out of 20. And Anne Brutelli also receiving 19 points. Meaning, today's challenge sees not one, but two champions to the Dragon Kitchen. As both Saoirse and Anne Brutelli, Saoirse.
It's fine. You can just
Thank you.
say
It's my
hey.
it's my weird accent. But congratulations to our two competitors. This is, however, not the first time we have had two winners on the Dragon Kitchen, and I have been waiting for a moment such as this. And I would like to ask if the two of you would like. There is another secret competition, something that is only known to a very select few, where we will be doing a rematch for the other competitors who tied. But we said that in that episode, if we were to find another pair that were able to work so well in sync, that we would offer the Double Dragon Challenge. Where
I look at Anne and I'm like, hey, do you want to team
what's
up?
up? Absolutely. Let's do it.
Fuck yeah. Also, if you start
Fuck
a
yeah.
tavern, can I come work for you? I'm like still in
Yes.
school, but
No, this will be great. We're totally going to do
yeah,
this. Absolutely.
that's cool.
Amazing. All right.
Badass.
Well,
We totally fist bump too.
you can.
Yeah, we will.
All right. Final words from our chefs as we close out our arena. You having both now received the title of Dragon Chefs.
This one goes out to my Uncle Jamitch. Uncle Jamitch, if you're still alive somewhere, you're the best. Thank you for your spatula, and I really miss you at Thanksgiving.
Shout out to my dad, Asmodeus, I guess.
Wait, your dad's Asmodeus?
Yeah, I'm trying to make it on my own though.
Holy shit! I definitely want to come work for you now. That is badass.
Oh, yeah. We're totally gonna rock out in the kitchen. It's gonna
Fuck
be great.
yeah, yeah.
Hell
Maybe
yeah.
do you want to start a band?
Oh my god, can we?
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So we're gonna do Battle of the Bands and Battle of Dragon Kitchen.
Yeah, we're a team now. You're older than me, I think. I'm a teenager. I'll come work for you. That's totally cool.
I'm ageless and eternal. It's fine.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense because I'm just a mortal dwarf and I'm 19 years old. 18 years old. So
It's cool. We got this.
yeah. Fuck yeah.
All
Rock
right.
on.
Well, with a challenge now being laid out and two new dragons rising to the ranks, what will happen to Robbie Mindflay and Blue Moon when they find out that there is another double dragon coming for our other competitors? Well, I guess you'll have to find out later. My name is Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This has been Dragon Kitchen, and for at least now, as always, game hard or die trying.
Fuck yeah.
All right. That's not actually the sign up. That's the YouTube sign up. This,
Yeah, I was gonna say.
this, however, is now our time to celebrate you guys. Holy crap, that was so cool!
That was so much fun.
Ah,
Oh my gosh.
You guys
I
look
I
love
am
so
so
good.
glad we
Our
did this.
characters have so much chemistry.
They do.
I didn't realize that-
I think you guys have so much chemistry as well. Like, just
yeah,
saying.
like you're a tiefling. She's like a rocker girl. You're like the coolest.
Awesome. Well, guys, I
Oh,
want to
this is
invite.
so fun.
I want to invite our audience at this point in time, like, because normally what we do here is we have a little bit of time, maybe 10, 20 minutes, give or take, to just answer some questions, talk with Chad, get to know each other, and just basically hang out and, you know, do the thing that
Yeah.
most people should
Can
be
I
doing at the end of D&D
pee
games.
those
Yeah, no,
before
please,
we do
please.
that?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
can we
yeah,
have
yeah,
like a
absolutely.
quick bio break?
Yeah, we can do a quick bio break.
You go.
We'll
I was
swap
gonna say
out.
I'll stick around while she goes, or
Yeah, we'll
okay.
swap out. We'll swap out.
We'll
So,
swap out. We'll keep it going.
So, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, allow me to introduce the one, the only, the incredible Mandy, or the Mandy. The incredible Mandy, or the incredible the Mandy?
both are fine.
Very. Tell us about
if you
yourself.
were at Gary Con, people would be like, "Have you met the Mandy?"
Oh yeah, no,
That is a thing that actually happened.
Oh,
it was a whole thing. I'm like mortified in the corner. They're like, "Have you met the Mandy? She's sitting right here." I'm like, "Please stop. You only know me from the internet." It was so much fun.
Oh, that's amazing. Look, if
Anyway.
you're part of our community as well, we have the Lanta Fanta.
Okay.
Who's a friend of ours, because Lanta was on Lego Masters, and she was one of the Lego Masters. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
She also designs dice, which is super cool.
Oh, rad. But yeah,
Well, we're
hi
talking about you.
everybody. Hi everyone. I'm Mandy, or the Mandy. As you can see me all over the internet, with the exception of Twitter. We don't talk about that. On Twitter, I am the 2 E's Mandy. That's Mandy with 2 eyes. You can find me all over the internet on that name. I write for TTRPGs. I do book designs for TTRPGs. I DM 2 games a week over on my Twitch channel. Wednesday nights we play my completely homebrew world called Mist Lost, and Friday nights we have a long-standing Forgotten Realms / homebrew campaign called Dungeons and Dingalings that has been going on for quite some time. We are in campaign 2 of that, and getting close to the BBEG stage. So if you're interested in that, definitely check us out.
Hell yeah, awesome. All right, tag out for bio break if you want to.
Yes,
Yep.
yes, I do.
But let's find out now about our second competitor, and this is of course someone who I am super excited to have on the channel. I feel like we've known each other for some time now, and it's been awesome to actually like.
I owe you some music. Being a mom has changed my whole schedule. Holy shit.
Oh, look. No, I mean, we knew this when because we've spoken before. We've talked a couple of times now, and being a mom's tough. And a lot of people.
Here's the toughest part. So this is like my office, right? This is where I stream. My son can't come in here. There's too many doodads for him to just destroy. Like, it's crazy. The cat litters it's insane. But this is also my music studio. And so before he was born, I was producing almost every day. Once he was born, I have not made a single song. And I can't wait to get back into it, but it's going to take a little bit more time till he's verbal and I can explain, don't touch these things, just sit here nicely.
But you know what, and this is the weird thing. A lot of people say that, until you have kids, you don't really understand. But you know what? For me, it's a little different. Because here's the thing. I absolutely understand. That's why I don't have kids. Because I know wholeheartedly how much effort it takes. That's why you'll never get any grief from me in terms of stuff like that. Like I honestly have the biggest amount of respect. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna do Scarlet's plug now. So Scarlet64, if you haven't checked out their channel and their stuff, go and have a look at it, because not only do they run an incredible game of Into the Abyss, which they run with a wide variety of incredibly talented performers. And the thing is when you play with performers, it's very different to playing with like friends or people in the streets. In their streets, yo. It's you playing with people with such massive energy, and to wrangle that, you need to have that energy, and Scarlet brings it in spades. I fell in love with their GMing style years ago, and more than that is Scarlet's all of Scarlet's audio that they do is mixed during DJ streams and stuff like that. And I'm actually atonal. I can't hear music well at all. But I love getting to check out the music streams, the DJing streams, listening to the sets that's got.
You know what the great thing about music is? It's not just tone, it's rhythm. So, and I love playing music that has good rhythm. So even if you're not really listening to the melodies, you can feel the rhythm. And all of the music, I wrote all of the songs for my Out of the Abyss campaign. So all of the audio that you hear during my campaign that I DM is all original music, and it's very rhythmic. That's awesome. It's like our combat music. We have a theme song and like a theme combat song for like boss fights, and it's just like it's funny. I watch my players and they're like dancing to it as we're like taking our turns.
Yeah, it's just like, no, my hit points are going down, but this is, like, if I'm gonna go down, no,
might as well rock out while I'm going down.
Oh, absolutely. And keeping in mind, this is all while, of course, Scarlet is being a freaking battle boss mom, you know what I mean? And that for me, big respect, and I love the fact that you were able to perform this content and to continue to be the
I'm
wonderful
so
person
happy you
are.
guys have patience with me because I was part of this community before I became a mom. I've been a streamer for 5 years and I've been a mom for a year and a half. So this is still very new to me. And I just am so appreciative of everybody's patience with me. I feel so guilty making people like forcing people into my schedule. I'm not used to doing that. It feels like really weird for me. And everyone has been so like understanding and so inviting and allowed me to continue to participate. And I just really appreciate that because this really makes me so happy. And while I love being a mother and I will be the best mom I can to my little boy, like this is my life. Like I've tried really hard to make a career around this kind of thing. And it's been hard to kind of pull away from that to focus on what's important. So everyone's patience and understanding has really just been like the absolute best.
Aw.
That's
You
so
guys are
cool.
amazing.
That's so cool. Yes, no, I have a bit of a reputation in the industry. I'm the insane one who bends over backwards for people's schedules. So this was no problem at all. Like when I get a message while I'm on holiday in the middle of the bush from How to Be a Great GM going, "Hey, we're doing a virtual GaryCon. It's at 2 a.m. What do you reckon?" I'm like, you know I'm not going to say no because I can't tell you I'm busy because I won't be. I'll be asleep. So yeah, okay, fine, let's do it. You know. So yes.
I was so happy when I saw you on there. That was rad. Because I was part of the stream. For those of you who don't know in chat, I was part of the stream team for GaryCon. I was also in a GaryCon game. So
I
yeah,
almost
good times.
I got an email about GaryCon and it just I can't swing it. I don't have like the free time anymore.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's a hard thing. And you know what? I also got asked by the Australians to do the Australian stream as well, and I was like, oh,
Those
I can't be in all of the GaryCon events online. Like
Yep.
I have to I have to say no to something. And I'm not gonna lie, when someone said you're gonna play with Keith Baker, that's just like
Yeah.
yes, please. Like, oh my god.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
I geeked out.
Every professional, I'll be available in like a year or two.
Hey, look, I will constantly
I
bother
just-
you.
You're staying on my list, Scarlett.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
you worry.
Please.
No,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm basically like really hard to schedule right now, just literally because I have a toddler.
Right.
It's not forever. This has been a career that I've been focusing so much of my energy in. So
You
I'm
got
available eventually. I promise.
Yes.
Oh no,
Y'all
absolutely.
are so
And-
awesome.
Yeah, no, and I tell this to people all the time. Like the thing is, we as content creator, and this is kind of my channel's brand, right? Because as you guys know, most of my content on my channel is me running games for my Patreons. This is how I survive, right? And only when I can do shows that I can give something back to my players, like for example, we are sponsored by Hero Forge, which I would like to take a quick moment to thank Hero Forge for, of course, sponsoring our show. You can see all
Hero
of the
Forge, you're so cool.
all of the artworks that you see, and let's switch over real quick to the character screens actually, so you guys can check this out. Look at these absolutely beautiful.
I love that.
yeah.
Like, look at that.
Artwork.
You're just like,
I love this.
So not only can you make these in Hero Forge, but you can actually 3D print them as well. For that, and I loved, so both Mandy and Scarlett made their characters, and I kind of added a little bit of like flair to some of the poses.
yeah, you're much better.
No, thanks
at it
for
than I
doing
am.
that, because I just had a plate in my hand, like here I am, because I didn't know you could do all this other stuff.
I just had a ladle and a fish, and I was like,
Yeah.
eh.
Here
Oh,
I
yeah.
am.
Oh no, absolutely, and I kind of like felt like it's like how do I add dwarf to him? Cool, I'm gonna give him I'm gonna give him an ale.
I
Yeah.
love Shearsha's design so
Yeah.
much.
I-
Like the
I-
sideburns are so rad.
Look, dwarves have beards. I
Yes.
have glasses like that somewhere. Red circle glasses. I can't fucking find them. I was so.
Ugh,
I'm
Ah,
so sorry.
I
I'm gonna
um,
send you a new
see,
pair.
I got
But-
these ones. These are my
Oh,
So here's the thing. I designed Shearsha. So I run out of the Abyss every Sunday for the last year and a half. It's got maybe another half a year to go. One of my players, Buff Levin, plays a bard, but it's a third party subclass, College of Cuisine. He is a chef. It's his whole character. So I reached out to him. I said, I'm going to be in an Iron Chef style D&D game. Can I play one of your relatives? So I made Shearsha his little cousin. She calls him uncle, but they're cousins. she looks up to him. And so I'm going to bring Shirsha into my Out of the Abyss campaign as an NPC.
Yeah.
Yeah, because so the whole story of Out of the Abyss is all the characters have been like captured and are trying to escape. You know, they were captured by Drow, whatever. So Shirsha thinks that J-Mitch was like lost in the abyss. She has no idea where he went because they're still in the abyss. They haven't, or not the abyss. They're still in the Underdark. They haven't escaped. So we're gonna have like a rendezvous, like oh my gosh, Uncle J-Mitch, you're alive. And the culinary school that she's been accepted to is the culinary school that J-Mitch went to. And
Aw, that's
it's the
so
one
wholesome.
Yeah,
Love
so it's
it.
like this character is intrinsically tied to one of my players in the game I've been DMing for over a year now.
I love it.
That's
So cute.
That's so cool. That's amazing. And you know what? That I think is, it's like I think that's kind of something that like one shots don't often bring out as well. Like, you know, when you do a one shot, it's very rare that you can like kind of tie it to a long standing campaign. You know, and I love the fact that you were able to do that with this one. And you know, I you know, I mean, you know that I watch your show like a lot, so I'm very very keen to see that episode when it eventually.
Well, you said that we were getting a mini out of it, so I was like, it's
Yes.
gotta be important.
Yep. Yep.
It's gotta be important. I'm not getting a mini over some lame character I don't care about. Like, it's
That's
gonna be
fair.
a cool character. I'm probably gonna play this character later, like at some point.
Oh, that's fair. And you know what? That's actually another
Yeah.
reason why I also throw out some like additional poses as well. So I'll give those to you guys as well. But like not because
Yay.
not you know like Hero Forge is okay. Here's Hero Forge pitch, right? Hero Forge I think is one of the most robust ways to actually do character creation. Not only can you create these characters very vividly from your imagination with the tools that they have, but if you know what you're doing, you can make some just like outrightly like singularly unique figurines for you to actually get 3D printed. And if you're going to spend money on a 3D model that you are going to get printed, you know, I mean, you could just use some of the basic stuff, but you can customize your tones, your colors, your range, your textures, a whole bunch of stuff. And not everyone's got the time to do that. So I always offer to kind of like, you know, especially for content creators, do that so that you guys can like when you guys get to that printing model, sure, you've spent maybe what $20-$30 on a mini, but that's $20-$30 on a mini that is unlike nothing you've
It's
ever.
your character.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one will ever be able to get that, not without a crazy amount of work or detailing or effort. And I love that. I love
Yeah.
that fact. It makes my miniatures feel special. Whenever I get them in my hand, I'm like, no one else in the world has this. This is
Yeah.
mine. This is uniquely my character.
The goblin in me is like, yes.
I know.
Oh yes, no.
Nobody
absolutely.
else has this. It's mine. My precious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I mean, this isn't the only way to do artwork, but yes, no, highly recommend it, guys. And if you haven't had a chance to, this is the there's the link right there. Kaboom! Hero Forge.
Boom.
Go check them out.
I'd like to point out I've been playing around with Dungeon Alchemist.
I love
And
Dungeon
I'm
Alchemist.
pretty sure you can import your Hero Forge mini into it.
Yes,
so,
you can.
You
This
can.
isn't.
indeed.
I'm not being like sponsored to say that. I just want to say it.
No. You know what? I'm still waiting for Dungeon Alchemist to kind of sign me on for something, but
Same.
there
I'm
is-
about to make some tutorial. Hopefully, hey, I make tutorials on YouTube, so
oh
just
yeah,
saying.
awesome tutorials.
Ooh.
But yes, you can actually do first person POV with Dungeon Alchemist as well. And I've actually already said to them like they actually don't have immediate intentions to make it a VTT, but they abso-freaking-lutely could, like so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's really really awesome. But
Be rad.
but yeah, well, I have some more questions for Mandy, but before I go on to that, did you know that I had Gnome Ann on my show a little while ago to make a character from your Into the Abyss campaign?
Really?
Yeah, so I actually have Hemlock.
Oh,
Hold on, let me.
dude, I miss Hemlock.
Mm,
They're not in our story anymore.
no. We won't spoil
I
anything.
love
but
No Man. They're great.
Gnome Ann is a lot of fun. But let me
Yes.
super quickly share this with you guys so you guys can enjoy it. But yeah, no. Hero Forge, very very cool, very very awesome stuff. And you are doing a few exciting things. Actually, you know what? I'll brag a little bit. I didn't know who you were originally. But when a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily need to go into went down, I found out that Cobalt Press was very, very keen on running a new system called Black Flag, which was uniquely something that Cobalt Press is pushing into. Now, I am never one to shy away from a new system. I love new systems. As most people know, I am considered the Pathfinder guy. But, I do everything. I play Forbidden
Wait,
Lands.
you
I
do
play...
Pathfinder?
Yeah, a little bit, like just a dabble.
Oh,
Just...
I'm running. I'm actually doing a Pathfinder game on Thursday.
Are you? Well, okay, well, I guess
Yeah.
I'm not the Pathfinder guy anymore, so, thanks. Just take my crown. Here you go. Come to my
No,
house.
you're allowed to have it. I'm just wondering if I should invite you.
Yes, please. No one runs me Pathfinder. I just freaking...
Really?
Yeah, no one does. Oh, actually,
Okay,
Rob
we'll
did.
talk.
Actually, it's really funny. Rob invited me to Pathfinder. It was very sweet.
I'm trying to learn how to GM it, so I've been running games every Thursday.
Oh,
Nice.
there you go. Yeah, well, look, I run 10 to 15 games a week. Most of them are Pathfinder.
It's really good.
It's really
more
good.
people,
It's
more
fun.
people need to learn Pathfinder.
I actually describe this, the way that I describe it is that most people who play Pathfinder, it adds an element to the game which involves the following. Imagine a puzzle which involves me giving you a bag and having stuff in that bag. You need to solve your problem with the stuff in that bag. That is what having a character is like in Pathfinder. Sure, the bag is deep and filled with a ton of stuff, but if you know what's in there, it is a lot of fun trying to figure out what you've got that is going to, be really, really cool.
This is my description of Pathfinder versus 5th edition. In 5th edition, when you pick a character, it tells you what your character can do with your list of feats, whatever. In Pathfinder, when you make a character, you tell Pathfinder what your character can do.
That's true.
Yeah.
I believe that.
That's accurate.
Which actually draws me back to the original thing I was saying, which was the Black Flag. By the way, when it was kicked off, I found out about Mandy because I found out that Mandy is going to be running Black Flag at Gen Con with Cobalt Press and stuff like that. And
yes,
I was super
cool.
excited to meet you and to see, kind of look, I'm not going to lie. I'm an actor, okay? We have this thing we do when we see someone get a job, we're like, oh yeah, what makes you so good? And then we go check them out and we're like, shit, yeah, they are pretty good. So it was really cool, and I love your GMing style, and I love how how captivated your audience really gets behind your stories and how vivid your creation is. But yeah, besides the Black Flag, including the Black Flag, should I say, what exciting stuff do you have on the horizon?
Unfortunately, there's stuff in the works I can't talk about, so I can't really talk about very much. But we are approaching. What is that?
That's Hemlock.
It's Hemlock. Aw, the mushrooms. That makes sense for No Man. The green and the mushrooms.
Yeah, they were
sense.
a druid circle of spores fairy.
Yes,
with the poisoner feet.
Oh God. I love that. But yeah, so current projects I can talk about. My homebrew game, Miss Lost, the universe, the god pantheons, even some other certain things that the characters have not discovered yet, all completely homebrewed by me. I've done all the world building and the writing for all of that. I've got original music for that as well. Not that I've created, but that I've collaborated with composers on. For some of the world, and also the Dungeons and Dinglings game, which a lot of folks probably know me as from being a player on. I am now the DM. We're coming up on our 1-year anniversary for campaign 2 in May. So that's going to be a big deal. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge to people from my community who are watching. I see you in chat. So that's coming down the pipeline. I will be at Gen Con doing the playtest for Black Flag and also some 5e content for Cobalt Press. So I will be working with them at that. So if you're going to be at Gen Con and you want to finally get the chance to have me be the DM at your table, that's the time to do it. So sign up for my games. I think some of them are probably already starting to fill up. So sign up quick if you're going to Gen Con. And Those are the only things I can talk about. Everything else is secret. I'm so sorry. I
No,
don't
no,
have
no, it's
anything
fine. No, no,
to
it's fine.
talk
Like, look, we understand NDAs and stuff like that. It's just you,
Yeah.
us, and Twitch.
Mhm.
No, but that is so amazing. That is so exciting. And I'd like to thank you both again for making the time to come out and hang out because, like I said, I think one of the big things is we in this industry we are people who are so passionate about our TTRPG stuff, and it's very very cool to actually have people who are part of a community who look to each other and like can play games and have this kind of silly wacky fun. And it's important for me to continue doing that because I don't just want to make content to like make a million subscribers and make a lot of money. I want to just hang out with people who I know I'm just going to have the best time in the world getting to play with, and you guys were amazing today. It was so much fun getting to play with you guys and getting to see you guys just flip the script on so much of what I did. That beholder lasted a round before it got turned into a dragon. Admittedly,
And
the
then
dragon
put
was still
into a
pretty.
cage.
Yeah, it's true. It's put in a cage. But you know what? The beholder was still pretty badass, and I think what I'm actually gonna do with it is I might actually turn it into a adversary for you guys, which I think will be a lot of fun. Because you only took its tail for the dish.
Oh, that's cruel. We should have just put it out of its misery.
So it'll be like
Yeah.
it'll be like a beholder with like a missing eye stalk.
Yeah.
When it turns back finally.
Yeah, when it finally turns back, it'll just be like, it's like I'll always remember Anne Brutelli and
Oh, no.
Shirsha.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it right
I
that
did!
time. There you go.
Yes.
I know, sure shot. I know it's a
Sure,
weird
proud of you.
name.
Sure
My
shot.
friend Kurtzu suggested it to me, and I was like, "Scoozy."
Oh, so I've got to blame them then. Okay, cool, fair enough. Yes, no, Gaelic alphabet and Gaelic words are difficult.
They're
Very
spelled
difficult.
like their spelling is bananas.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It really is. They're never
It's
they
like-
never sound the way they're spelled either. Never.
Yeah, like my weird spelling down here is like the easy way because the original spelling doesn't
Isn't
make
it
any sense.
SIAORISE?
Yeah. It's insane.
Oh God. Yeah. It's spelled like Saurice, but it's not said like that.
Yeah.
It's still Shirsha.
Saurice.
Yeah.
Look,
No,
I'm
it's
Australian. My grasp on
Saoirse.
the English language is already tenuous at best.
Oh no.
Yeah, did you know that
This-
apparently having a sticky beak, I didn't realize is Australian, but apparently it's Australian. You guys don't have having a sticky beak?
What's a sticky beak?
Yeah,
I
having a
don't know what
sticky
that
beak.
is.
It's like when you're being nosy about something. You know, like if
Oh.
someone's like if you know when you drive past like you're like all of a sudden you're in traffic and then traffic slows down, you're like, what the hell's going on?
Oh, we call that rubbernecking here.
Yeah. So yeah, rubbernecking is the same as as having a sticky beak.
I mean,
That's
having
funny.
a rubberneck and a sticky beak is kind of the same thing.
I feel like that'd be
Yeah,
like just some
yeah.
sort of really
Because your
annoying
nose
bird.
is stuck in one spot.
Like
like your beak is sticky.
Mhm.
That's the funniest terminology I've ever heard in my life, and I never heard of it until today, and I love you for
Me
that.
either.
Well, there you go. Yep, Dag is very Australian. It's not pretend. I wish it was.
I need to learn all I can about Australian culture because my drow are all Australian
'Cause they're
because
from
they're
down
from
under?
down under.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they all
love
talk.
it.
Like... Also, one of my players' products, it plays a drow of Illustrier, and she's Australian, so it's actually perfect. Like the
Amazing.
player is Australian.
Amazing. I absolutely love that. And I I love the notion of Australian drows. I've seen it kind of done before. It's always really funny to hear people doing an Australian accent because it's always the
I'm not good at it.
Queensland freaking
My drow are
Steve
French because
Irwin.
Chris Perkins said so.
Okay, fair enough. See, I don't actually have drow in my world, which is kind of weird.
Ah.
So I actually have what's
My
known as the-
Durgar are like Dutch, and they talk like this.
They talk
Welcome
like
to
this.
Gracklestug.
Oh my God.
That's-
I love that.
Amazing.
Don't forget to pay your parking tickets before you leave the parking lot.
Oh no.
Yeah, so the Durgar and the Drow in my world are kind of like them, the Svirfneblin, and pretty much a bunch of these races are actually called the Dusk, and they're actually creatures who
Oh.
are suffering from an anti-magic plague, which is why their coloration becomes monochromatic. So
Oh,
anyone can become a dusk if you contract the plague, and if you cure yourself, you kind of are no longer a dusk. So rather than sort of drow, you have dusk elves, or you have dusk
Mm,
oh,
dwarves, or dusk lizard folk, or whatever. And they are
it's
very angry
interesting.
because they want to use magic, but they're not allowed to. So instead, they have guns and trains. So
that's
I
fun.
I love that. If I may talk about world building now for a second,
that's
because you
yeah,
made me
like
think
this
of
is
something.
this is the
Uh,
vibe section of the
in
show.
in Mist Lost, so Mist Lost takes place on a planet called Terra, super original, I know. And in the center of the landmass on Terra that makes up the world, at least the known world, is a place called the Veil of Night, and it is protected by a bubble of eternal night. And so that is where most of the sunlight sensitive lineages live. So like Drow, Durgar, deep gnomes, those kinds of people live there because it's never daytime there, because they're magically, in this non-artificial night. It's just it's almost a natural phenomenon, like in that it's nature magic, that it's literally just the night sky. So daytime is not affected by it, because there is no Underdark on Terra. Yeah, so it's cool stuff.
That's super cool.
I like how we can like flavor different things. It's really fun.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone. I think that's another thing that I think connects people as well is like, and I do apologize if I'm speaking too forwardly to anyone in chat or in my chat right now. Um, Creativity is a very personal experience, right? Like when we make
Mm-hmm.
something, it is really personal to us. I think we learn a lot about people when we see how they create and what they put forward. Whether or not you want it to, it conveys your thoughts, your feelings, your beliefs, your values, all of these sort of stuff. And sometimes as a creator, when you put it out there, it's almost like having a raw nerve out there. You kind of like, do you like it? Do you not like it? Am I going to learn something about you that I don't want to find out? It's really interesting, and I think that a lot of the people who I interact with, such as yourselves and people in chat, are really brave for having that kind of ability to create in such an open space for people to not only experience it but also potentially criticize or scrutinize what we do. And it's
Yeah.
so warming to know that so many members of our community who follow us, who watch our stuff, who continue to support us. And I do know I've got tons of people who feel into fall into that category for my stuff. It's without this support that I think that creativity from at least my end of stuff just wouldn't exist. I wouldn't be as creative if it wasn't for just the amount of incredible support from my fans and my colleagues while I'm doing this weird thing. I mean, Dragon Kitchen is entirely based on that. The concept of it. It's I one day I sat down with a stupid idea and I went, "Hey, so Iron Chef with D&D, huh?" and then and that's what happened. And I did it. I did it for my birthday because I was like, I want to invite all of my friends to a birthday game. And so I invited everyone, and everyone was streamers. So it was one of those cases of like, I can't invite you to a non-stream thing because all of you are too busy. But as soon as I'm streaming something, all of you are in. And we had like I think like 9 people in the Dragon Kitchen. It was like 3 teams of 2 plus 3 celebrity guest judges plus myself. It was a massive
Oh,
event, and everyone loved it, and it was great. But you know what? On the other hand, it could have turned into like absolute garbage, and people could have been like, "Oh no, we hate this idea." Or, "Oh, like that was really boring." But it was so much fun, and getting to do this with people like yourselves, who I don't necessarily have too much opportunity to get to interact with and play with, learning like about your creativity and getting to see it firsthand, like here with these characters, how you behaved, how you performed, some of the ways you used your spells and abilities and interacted with the world. I've learned so much about you guys just from sharing that creativity, like here with us and with this thing we're doing. So thank you guys. This has just been amazing.
oh,
I'm just so glad we finally get to play a game together, and I hope that we will
yeah,
do more in the future.
Me too.
I
Definitely invite me to
agree.
Pathfinder things because, like, I like Pathfinder.
Yeah.
I really don't get to play too much Pathfinder, which is very sad. Because it
I've
is.
been running, yeah, I do like oops all tieflings. Everyone has to make a tiefling, but because
I love
tiefling is,
that.
well, tiefling is a heritage and not an ancestry. So you could be like a dwarf tiefling or an elf tiefling, or I don't know, you could be a leshy tiefling technically, which
Oh my
I'm,
god, a little
I'm,
demon plant.
yeah, I'm waiting for someone to make
Sign
that
me up.
character. And I
I
just
will
do
make
like,
that character. I love Leshy so much. I'm playing one right now.
My first Pathfinder character was a Leshy.
Oh,
She's a Leshy.
that's my
She's a
first.
Lotus Leshy
Same.
monk. She looks like a
Druid.
bunny with she looks like a little rabbit with her head is like a lotus flower with a lily pad and a little bunny body. And her name is Tobeans. And she is like the water ripple. She's the water ripple monk stance. And she's like, and she has a French accent. And she's like, I will kick these cretins in the face. I am adorable. God. She has the harmlessly adorable feet. Yeah, my first Pathfinder character.
My Leshy is actually my first real Pathfinder character. I'm doing a one shot in a community that I run called Casa de Dungeon Masters. It's for femme, non-binary, and trans dungeon masters to hang out and just vibe, and we play games sometimes and stuff like that. So that's a fun little community. It's invite only, so please don't ask me. I'll probably open them again in the summer. And other than that, I just like invite people that I know in the space. But my Leshy is a little lotus who literally is just like lotus. So like imagine like lotus flower that's not quite bloomed with a little smiley face on it.
Aww.
And their name is Petal. So P''Tal. Yep. And they are it's a lotus Leshy who is a druid of the waves. So I run around on top of the water like
I feel like our Leshies are kindred spirits.
Yes.
Because my Leshy runs across and does water kicks with her big bunny feet, like giant bunny feet. I'll retweet it. I have a picture of her on my Twitter somewhere.
I have a picture of the token somewhere. It's hysterical. I'll share it with you both after this.
I'm gonna find it and retweet it so that I can.
So I've only been in like 2 Pathfinder 2nd Edition games, and I don't count my first game.
Here it is. I found it
because it was technically the playtest. And during the playtest, I played a goblin who basically used a chancla and just hit kids. It was
not a chancla.
Yeah,
What's a chancla?
It's a slipper. It was basically a monk who knew the art of the auntie, who just went around and he was not really a serious character. But the first character I really got to sink my teeth into was actually a character I played in a version of Rise of the Runelords we converted from 1st edition to 2nd edition. His name was Malvolo, and he was a trap maker who made puppets, but he was really socially anxious and was like super nervous and didn't really like dealing with people and didn't even want to go on the adventure or anything like that. But his puppet was kind of like who he wanted to be and like as a confident individual. So the puppet almost had its own personality at the same time. But one of the other characters, it was very sweet, would always kind of like be there to kind of like prop him up and support him and like kind of pull him on the adventure. Like at some point or another, he keeps going, "This all started because you wanted me to go to a wedding. I will never forgive you."
Not the wedding.
Oh yeah, no.
Your little guy is so cute.
I have art for them somewhere. I'm not sure what happened to it. I probably need to do a new one anyway, but that's the preliminary headshot for Petal. You can share that on stream if you want to.
Right,
it's just I wanted to meme about it.
Yeah, and then
so
I posted Tobeans.
I literally just put a smiley face on a lotus flower.
All right, let me put it up on chat so that chat can enjoy this. This is absolutely spectacular.
It's so cute.
There we go. And
mine is just a meme, truly. It's not. I have art for it somewhere, but I don't know where it is. I love it. I just wanted to meme about it.
All right, here we go. And hopefully that will.
Now you all know what a meme lord I am. Like Leshy? Okay, great. I don't have time for a proper painting of this.
Dude, Leshies are like my favorite. I didn't even know they existed, but then the first Pathfinder game, my friend ran it, and she was like, "You have to run a Leshy. That's what this one shot is all about." So I was like, "What's a Leshy?" And I looked it up. I was like,
Yeah, I was pretty much
So-
like handed the run of the gamut, and when I saw Leshy, I didn't look at any other lineage. I didn't look at a single one. I was like, I want to be a plant.
It's so great.
I want to be the small
there's
baby
so many
plant.
good ones too. There's like
There
the
you go.
leaf and the cactus and
Now
the
it's on
gourd.
stream.
Oh, there's one that I don't know if it I don't know if it is a Leshy. It might not be a Leshy. But it was like this pangolin.
Like a Tangela Pokemon.
Yeah. No. It was a pangolin.
Oh, like the
Oh.
the animal pangolin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is
Yeah.
a Leshy.
Hold on. Wait. Let me see if I can find it.
Pangolins are kind of like they're kind of like aardvarks, aren't they? Or anteaters?
They look like
They're like little
sand
guys. They're not-
shrews. They look like sand shrews
Yeah,
to me,
that's
like
right.
armadillos.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Here
Could
we
you
go.
imagine like a little succulent one of those?
Dude, I'm working on a setting right now, which is like the Shire, like hobbits in the Shire, but instead of in like
It's
a
the
green,
desert, right?
Yeah, it's the desert.
Yeah.
And succulent, there's like a whole area of fae, and they're all like succulents.
Hee.
Like succulent fae.
I love that.
And the drow in the area all dye their hair like neat, like glow in the black light, bright fluorescent colors like pink and orange, blue and green. And they are like raver queens. And they just and they're like they're split up into different houses because they're drow, and each house has their own house music. And they're really into underground house music.
All right, there you go.
I love that. I actually watched the stream where you were like designing those and
That's
and doing the
amazing.
portraits and stuff. Did you ever decide what you wanted to do with what they look like in the sun when they're not like underground and under like the black lights?
I think when they're in the sun, they wear really dark, like veiled, flowy clothes. Like they don't really reveal themselves in the sunlight because it's like they're just
so
like
people don't know what they look like not under the black light. I love that. That's
they
so
like
cool.
wear like the veils and like the hoods because the sun just and they like under parasols. So yeah, they very rarely come out in the sun.
As soon as they leave home, they're all goth.
Yeah. Super goth. Super goth. Yeah. And they come out and party. Like the whole region is just a big party. They have Burning Man. They like go to the middle of the desert and have Burning Man.
Non-stop Burning Man. Love it.
Yeah.
Isn't that morbid? Like, it's like just a treant.
Oh no.
Like for Burning Man, like
what?
it's just a treant that's just there and then
constantly on fire.
Oh no.
Yeah, terrible.
When I say burning it, they're not burning anything. They go to so there's two like mesa like spires that are popping out of the desert covered in holes, and certain times that the celestial like bodies are, the winds will blow through and melodies will play through these, like the wind will be like whatever, and so they all gather and like just have a weeks long music festival.
That's amazing. That's so cool.
Super wholesome.
I've also chucked up the Leshy arts here. I think there is definitely a clear winner of that, and it is on this side. Just very adorable.
Come on, it's the derpiest flower on the face of the planet. It's perfect.
This, by the way, this is the pangolin Leshy that I was saying. If ever I wanted to make one, I wanted to make this dude right here.
It's so cute. I love it.
So when I did that Oops All Leshy game and I made my little Tobians, my friend who was in it actually used that pangolin artwork and made a grandma. I think she played, what was the class? A sage. So yeah, my friend actually played that pangolin.
That's so sweet.
And she was like, "Oh dearie, let me give you some cookies." And I was like,
I love old lady characters.
I will
so
take the
much.
almond cookies, please.
Can we talk about how great and wholesome old lady characters are in TTRPGs?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start.
Well, my PC Snow. My PC Snow, she looks like a young lady because she's an elf, but she's actually like 500 years old and she talks like a grandma. So she's always like, "All right, everybody, get your buddy. We're using the buddy system, and let me zip up your coat so you don't get a chill, and don't forget," that's her whole personality. But yeah, she's an Eladrin elf.
I have an NPC that is well beloved and now appears in every single game I DM at some point in time, or I should say every single campaign that I DM at some point in time. And her name is Nana Toppins, and Nana Toppins owns a franchise of bakeries all throughout the multiverse called McToppins. And it's the most delicious.
I love recurring characters.
The most delicious baked goods. And if you are nice to her, she will give you magical ones that heal you. Nobody truly knows the reach of Nana Toppins, but it is said that there is at least one McToppins on every plane of existence.
Well, I'll definitely
you just have to go find it.
Yeah, I'll definitely include one in my world somewhere. The only old lady that I can really recall that I've got as a regular thing is literally in my notes, and I know this as a perfectly harmless old lady, because nothing is funnier to me than to present my players with a challenge that is actually nothing. So I'll have them like,
I love that.
They're like on the road heading to like fight this villain, and this old lady asks for a ride to her grandson's farm, and that's it. And they just start like, I sense motive. What's she carrying on her? Is she armed? What's she wearing? Are there witches in the area? And they just keep going and going and going and going. And it's so funny because they just dig their own hole. And then eventually they come to this farm. Belongs to her grandson. He says, "Hi, Grandma." She gets off, and then she goes about her business. Gives them a kiss on the cheek, packs them a lunch, and says goodbye. And then they all stress out, and they're like, "What? What do you mean it was just an old lady?" So yeah, she's just in my list as a completely harmless old lady.
I love that.
Always, you know what? All hags look like harmless old ladies, and look what they do.
Yeah, but I think one of my players actually saw the notes as that, and that's what they thought. They thought absolutely it's a hag or something, or like, you know, they were trying to catch them out. Like I think there was one point where they gave them silverware because they were like noticing how the grandma was never in the sun because she was in the shade of a tree when they found her, and then went into the carriage, and they're like, "Wait, she hasn't been in contact with the sun. Quick, give her some silver." And they thought she was a vampire.
Oh no.
It was so funny.
Oh, gosh.
That's actually one of my favorite things to do, is to present my players with something that is nothing. Like it's just,
oh yeah.
Like, oh,
I've definitely been
inspect
trolling
the
a
door.
lot of my players.
Especially doors. Like, oh yeah, you just see like this really intricate, finely crafted door. It has artwork on it. There's, you know, stuff around the archway of it, like carvings, and it's so pretty. I inspect the door. I check for traps. I do this. Is there magic? I detect magic. I dispel magic. I'm like, guys, it's a door.
It's
a pretty door.
One of my most popular TikTok videos, I say, guys, just remember, sometimes a door is just a door. And it's like all the comments are like, liar, mimic propaganda.
Mimic propaganda.
Yeah.
Mimic for president 2024.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, that video has so many views.
I've the only other time I've had like that kind of thing happen was there's a tavern in my world called the Tequila Mockingbird. And the rug is a mimic. Just straight up, it's a mimic. And it doesn't do anything until after hours, where it like serves as a guard, or if, you know, at the end of the day they throw soup on it to like feed it. But it works there. It lives there. So anyone who tries to dine and dash, that's the only time there's a trap. But the bartender is super open about the fact that, yeah, no, we have security measures in place. And everyone who's trying to like break into the place is always like looking at the door, which is really funny because the mimic is watching them fuck around with the door. So it remembers exactly who's doing what, and later on late at night, it's got full permission. You walk in and it's just like
Does it have a name?
You know what? I haven't given it a name. It hasn't actually eaten anyone yet. Because everyone's too... Herbie?
Carpy, like the carpet.
Ooh, I like that.
Carpy, like the
Carpy.
Oh, you know what? I could say its full name is Carpe Diem.
Oh my god.
There you go. I like it.
It is encroaching. It's actually past my bedtime.
Yes, no, that's okay. I think the vibe check has definitely gone well.
Over, yes.
I'm so
all right.
sorry.
No.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for
My
son
thank you for
is
hanging out. Thank you
cruel with
for
his bedtime, with his wake up times.
No, not at all. Thank you guys again for today. Thank you to our lovely chat for
Thank you
hanging
for
around
having
with us.
me.
And just, again, I think vibe checks are very important. When we play games, it's often very easy to just sort of switch off and be like, okay, thanks, bye. But
Yeah.
I like to get to know you guys. I like to get to know the chat. And I like chat to get to
Yeah.
hang out and see this side of things as well. Guys, my name's Mike. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Please go and check out my lovely celebrity guests here, both the Mandy at the Mandy or the Mandy on Twitter, as well as Scarlet64. I will do quick shout outs in the chat so you guys can go and subscribe to their channels. Please do so. You will be doing yourself a massive disservice if you do not. A special thank you as well to our sponsor for the show, once again, Hero Forge, for the incredible artworks and wonderful things that you allow us to be able to do here in this space. We are going to pass on a raid, but where shall we raid to? I am very keen on supporting small streamers and the like, and there is a group who I would like to support today, which is Mad Bird Streams. They have rated us on a number of occasions. We've actually very rarely had a show on that would be able to raid, so we are going to go and send some love to the Mad Bird Stream, who are currently playing some D&D. So stay safe. Thank you for joining us, and till we meet again, as always, from us to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.
Bye. Bye. We still waving? Are
We're
we
still
still
waiting.
waving?
I am.
I realized
I
you
am.
hit the raid button, you gotta wait 10 seconds.
Hit
And
raid now.
We're just gonna wave the whole. We're